So I breathe on the glass, draw a circle around the spot. Little fog halo around the floor I got. If they ask why I'm calm when the chat rooms flare, I just tap this table, say I like it right here. We both lean in, two mics, same hush tone glide. Different routes through the borough, but we share that stride. He got paint on his jeans, I got ink on my hand, but the mark mean the same. We've been working our land.
Yeah. This one here. This is for the OGs. Fresh pair of Timbs on the staircase. Ink on my fingers from the notepad. Uncle in the kitchen with the card deck. Told me never bet what you can't get back. Corner store cat knew my full name. Chalk on the wall where we kept score. Learn how to move, not to move loud. Let the loud mouse end up on the floor. Used to watch dice bounce in the hallway, clock both exits. Face to the wall, old head said, little man observe, talk less, let the work stand tall. Hands in my hoodie when it's mid-June. Summer in the projects feel like war. If you never had to circle your building, you don't understand what this for. This is for the old heads on the benches. The ones that pulled us to the side.
Real estate investing is the process of buying, owning, financing, improving, or trading property with the goal of earning a return. That return can show up as ongoing income, long-term price appreciation, or both. What makes real estate...
This is the rhythm of the night. The night. Oh yeah. The rhythm of the night. This is the rhythm of my life. My life. Oh yeah. The rhythm of my life. Life, 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 life.
apparently you can go from 0 to a complete site in just a single prompt with Wix Harmony. I don't know if this is going to be possible. Or
every line I ever spit was drawn in powder. The canvas wasn't paper, it was porcelain and paint.
Canvas of cocaine, I painted with loss. Each stroke a body, each frame a cost. Hung in hallways where dealers once prayed. Now ghosts stand silent in the mirrors I made. Crumbs on the counter like Jackson Pollock spills. I turn anguish into art, but the gallery kills. The critics wore wiretap suits and grins, judging every masterpiece by the weight within. I sold still lifes out the passenger door and kept the pistol tucked where the sketchbooks tore. The frame was mahogany, heart was ash, signed every piece with a fake mustache. Canvas of cocaine, lines in white rain. Every painting I made left someone in pain. Never use brushes, just razors and scales, and let the dope tell stories through vacuum sealed tales. Scope the saints out of sinners in snow, turn sorrow to statues, only I know. The buyers wore cufflinks, the feds wore smiles, but both walked halls built from stolen miles. I ain't Picasso, I just sketch in grief. Let the powder drip slow like a rosary thief. Lit candles on counters just to watch them burn, cause every canvas I touched never did return and stay behind. On shirts, on sheets, on the conscience of men who don't sleep for weeks. Canvas of cocaine, lines in white rain. Every painting I made left someone in pain. I ain't no artist, I'm just a frame. What hangs aside, that's up to the devil.
You and why? The emperor wore wheat Timbs, not because he was humble, because the flow was already sin.
Rome with a scroll in the lining. Tiberius and Tim's whole empire declining. Feast with the sinning, knife and a lamb. Toast with the same glass, used to poison the fam. Villain in a robe stitched with wax sealed sins. Used to papyrus map, mark the exits with pins. Brick bones sitting in a tenement mist, where the crown gets pawned for a heroin twist. Heard Nero play strings while the kingdom fell, but Doom wrote the beat with a bullet shell. Etched my verse in obsidian, chalk and ash, then dipped out the form with a flask and a mask. Ain't no guards here, just guards and grave diggers in a prayer etched under the chamber for paid killers. The Senate claps slow while the marble bleeds, and the crown rolls downhill like a bag of seeds. No empire lasts, not built with clean hands. Carved my code in the stone where the seat stands. Fought wars in the alleyway, lessons in silence. Spoke Latin with a razor, those were acts of defiance. My rope sticks from nights with no bread, where we burned old books just to sleep in the shed. Every verse like the decree, every pause is a law. Every glance from the guards meant a crack in the jaw. The streets taught better than the scrolls of the wise. Truth don't rise in palaces, it crawls in the skies. I seen tyrants fall cause they trusted too quick. I learned to whisper slow when the bleed slick. Now I build thrones from the rubble of mist. Spit a song with a dagger in my son's first glyph. And when the trumpet sound, I won't beg for a seat. I'll be burning the scroll while I stand in the heat. Yeah, Book of War on my coat lining. Ashes in the pewter. Zippo out, don't spark unless it's scripture. Tales from the trench coat, bullets in the song. Rosary chain swinging like the calm before the bomb. Got a blade in the cufflink, flask in the boot. Priest gave me last right, said the villain was the truth. Gun tucked inside, I hollowed out Gideon. Burn scars on the knuckles like obsidian. Stepped in the room, silence grew venomous. Clock ticked once, then everything was Genesis. Used to cut grams on the back of an atlas. Now I draw maps with blood and black canvas. canvas. Bread candles burning in a room full of ghosts. Said a blessing over beef, then I turned it to roast. Villain never boast, just scribble and cipher. Fingerprints white with the page from the Bible. All black suit, no tie, just steel. And the prayer card that said, thou shalt not squeal.
Whispers in the chapel, lies in the law. Only thing holy is the handle I draw.
Now it's G-Rap, Trent sag low like the ceiling. Eyes redder than the wine in the back room dealing. Couple bishops got dropped, now the game ain't confession. In the choir out of work, cause we sung them a lesson. Cigar smoke swirling like a spirit in court. Gavel dropped, ain't no verdict when the witness is bought. I done seen saints fall for a chain in the Porsche. And them hallows rust quicker than the chrome on a torch. I slid through the pews with a tech and a grin. Spray glyphs on the pulpit, let the sermon begin. Hollow
Damn it,
tips wrap
dude,
the
I
song
can't
stuck
survive
under
against
him.
that
Say
kid.
grace, then erase your whole frame on a whim. They
Prayer
said
drops
thou shalt
too
not
low.
kill, but street wrote edits with margins soap red and footnotes and credits. Leather bound ledger with sins on the spine and a matchbook reminder. You next in line.
Whispers in the chapel, lies in the law. Only thing holy is the handle I draw.
In the end, ain't no sermon, just sirens. No hallelujah, just violence and silence. Ashes fall on the last page of the book. Zipper flick shut. In the sky, never looked.
Bless the cloak, bless the hand, bless the Christ of blood and land.
Velvet gospel, I'm posted where the sermons rock. Crumbs on the pulpit, coke in the collection pot. Choir boy ran off, now we pushing snow. Learn sin in the basement where the wine don't flow. Hymns in a mink, that's chinchilla scripture. My prayers got teeth, every verse a
Everyone
fixture.
risking around
Mama
here.
had dreams, daddy wore gators. I wore pain like a roll from the traders. Liturgy of larceny, preached in disguise. Sins ain't confessed, they just monetized. My collar ain't white, but it's stiff with coals. Every benediction came with 20 and foes. Chinchilla, where the saints drink from the ground, stitch the paint, cold is the body, warm is the faith. They baptized me in gin, crown of smoke and Nash. Communion crackers tasted like a dealer's stash. Gold on a chalice, soul on consignment. Walk through the fire in a three-piece alignment. Nuns in velour, choir boys with pages. We blessed our meals next to ice-cold razors. I sat in pews with my burner tucked. Homilies blurred while the powder got cut. I made peace with the ghost in the tabernacle. Traded holy water for a richer battle. Bread on the altar, broke it in thirds. One for the silence, two for the birds.
Yo. I seen halos dipped in tar, father. I'd have knelt on glass and prayed with the safety off. Confessional booths smell like gunpowder and sin. Less talk.
Yo, my rosary swung low like a jailhouse chain. Take the note to the nun's back, said remember my name. Grew up watching homicides through cracked glass pane. Now I move like a hymn through a sawed-off flame. Confessionals lit, dim, blood on the curtains. Host ring kissing while I'm pocketing the sermons. Stray shells bounce off the pew like crushes. And my man got hit during Sunday reflections. Dime bags in the chalice, razor in the Bible. Mob judge blinked twice, now we send a trial. Crucifix tilt like a crooked fed's badge. Talk slick in the temple, you be zipped in a bag. Yo, I seen bishops turn to hustlers with collars. Throw dice with the deacon, sell hope for dollars. God forgive me, I moved like a psalm with a blade. Kissed the ring, said peace, then vanished in the shade. Confessionals and cartridge shells, where saints fall fast and the wicked excel. No heaven, no hell, just silence that dwells in the booth with the truth in a pocket of shells. Villain got the sermon memorized backwards and broke. Wrote the Lord's Prayer on a Marlboro smoke. In the temple with a trench steel under the stove. Watch a sinner throw dice with a devil in the bowl. Father time on the pulpit, slurred and deranged. I seen angels with Glocks, wings torn at the feather. Praying over bodies that ain't floating to no heaven.
Wrote a gospel in code, stitching my liner in a note to the feds. Ain't no saving the minor. You talk faith, I talk facts in a whisper. Put the scriptures in a flask, in a fissure. Doom don't preach, he just scribble and chalk on the tombstone of snitches that was talking too soft. Confessionals and cartridge shells, where the altar boys move weight in Chanel. No heaven, no hell, just stories we sell. Booth full of sins in a shell that fell.
I told the priest the truth. He said he already knew, but the gun in his drawer told me otherwise. Told me otherwise. Yo, every crown was made to fall. Some by blade, some by truth. But most by the whispers of some madmen in the hall.
I wrote scrolls in my sleep, pink bled from my veins. Seen kings trade their thrones for a bag of cocaine. In the court of jackals, even loyalty's a weapon. And the scribe with the quiet quill is the last one left. And yo, I seen the scepter pass between hands like dice. Watch Pharaoh's fake peace while they sharpen the ice. It's chess on a blood-stained rug in Medina, where the queen moved first and the bishop rockin' Nina. These are sermons for the sons of the silence, where a prince learns to kill before he studies the science. Got the robe, got the ring, but he lacking the soul. And the jester got the legend with the real control. It's not the war, it's who write the end in the book. And not the cook, but the one who stole the fire they took. So I sit in the gallery, masked and calm, while the monarchs dine on doubt and the madmen bomb. Monarchs and madmen, scrolls and blades. Kings weep quiet in palatial graves. Throws fall quicker than a whispered name. With truth wear a crown, the whole court change. Villain move like ink on the edge of a will. Signing smoke from a candle that was never still. Dictated by ghosts and forgotten regimes. With blueprints drawn in the margins of dreams. Heard the jar cry twice when the jester defected. And the bishop lit a match, whole castle ejected. These bars ain't raps, the coronation plots. And the beat knock harder than a traitor who got caught. I see scrolls burn slow in a sapphire vault, where the map to the kingdom was a child's assault. Doom holds secrets like a banker hold debts. Only difference, mind breathing, they all wear vests. In the kingdom of the blind, the sniper's a saint. Wrote a verse on a coin, traded faith for paint. Hung the crown on a nail, left the throne to rot. And whispered, even kings lose everything they got. Monarchs fall fast when the madmen speak. Truth cut deep like the blade in the beak. Thrones rust slow when the choir goes quiet. And the jester got the nuke while the court on a diet. Velvet rug, stained where the crown used to sit. Sip gin in the foyer where they used to slip. Envelopes open, red stamps, no names. Had the bishop on payroll, pawned his shame. I spoke soft, like mahogany breath. Got rich off pain, tucked under a chef's vest. Amber afternoons, we move like shadows and swayed, while the banker bled into his garden arcade. My Rolex, that's guilt on a leather leash. Every tick a sermon, every scratch a speech.
The sunlight hides the wicked, never ask why. We do all our sins beneath the gentle sky.
Walk through dying light, pocket full of debts. Each footprint a rumor, each not a threat. My mentor told me stay gray, never gold. So I wore dust like linen, truth never told. He fell on a Wednesday, switching in the pews, but not from faith, from a ledger he couldn't refuse. We kept God in our glove box, prayers in the choke. Burn frankincense, the mask, or the gun smoke. It's amber outside, orange like the crime scene glow. But we drop a jazz and call it soul.
It's beautiful outside, but hell wears gold light. Don't sleep too deep, the sun remembers night.
You know what salt means in this life? He season it. It's blood. It's tears. Put on the velvet.
Salt on the cufflinks, residue from a war. Press suit smelling like the sins I wore. They polish my table, but not my name. Cause you can't clean guilt with designer shame. White gold buttons, blood in the thread. Taylor never asked how many men dead. I toast alone in a room full of saints. All of them silent, dripping in restraint. Sermons in my sleeve, silence in my lap. Prayers never save me from the man with the mat. I read eulogies written in code, folded them neat, tucked them where the warmth don't go.
Oh, he wore pain like a crown, and salt on his cuff to weigh his hands down.
I seen judges sip scotch with executioners, then tuck the verdict inside Versace's curvature. Never been touched, but I bled every deal. Shook hands with the devil just to sharpen my steel. Pocket square stiff, but my conscience bends. Had a shoebox full of I'm sorry's I never sent. Kept calm in chaos, never cracked and swayed. But my silence wrote ballads in the mess I made. Came from stove smoke and whispered debts, where boys age fast and the priest wore a vest. Salt on the cufflinks, emblem of grief. The stain ain't loud, but it speaks through the crease.
Oh, he wore pain like a crown, and salt on his cuffs to weigh his hands down.
It don't wash out, not with water. Not the prayer. It just blends into the fabric. Eventually.
Chaque photo 5 fois nous qui pas jambe à terre.
Et pas capable de l'été, ouais, tout ça nous fait.
Manila folder photo burned at the edge. Caught in the act of forgetting to the pledge. Fed said he flipped. Villain ain't convinced. Heard lies. Wear ties and bleed innocence. Wash hands of turpentine. Soul still stained. Name etched in silence. Legacy unclaimed. Used to run packages. Hitting the psalms. And only whispers. Walk through his mom's palms. New shoes. Old sins. No receipts. Gold teeth. Gritted through chapeau heat.
Be welcome, man. Mais les pas jamais never, man.
I keep faces in a matchbox, names in my coat. Each step's a rose road, I whisper when I float. He ain't died once, he died every dusk. Every time a safe clicked, though he hid the trust. We was taught to talk low, bury what burns. Each eye contact could twist and turn. I seen honor used like a bayonet's edge. He prayed in cold and slept on the ledge still. I light one for the man he became, but his photograph blinked like it knew my shame.
The night got teeth and the silence got death. Truth got buried where the sun ain't wept.
I seen God blink through a keyhole in the attic where rats ran sermons and angels died static. I was raised in the smoke, baptized in decay, where the roaches recite psalms and children don't pray. Iron on my waist, not for style, it's tradition. Where futures get mortgaged for a moment's admission. A needle in a vein or a scheme through the pipe. Either way you get high or you vanish from sight. My crib had ghosts that ain't come for the haunting. Just men in the wall with their breasts still taunting. Mama says, son, keep your sins in your shoes, cause confession ain't safe when the preacher might lose. Wounds don't close where the past still bleeds. I dance with the dark where the daylight leaves. This corner sold more prayers than the church's bowl. And the Lord took notes in the broken parole. We wore pain like linen, the stitched in the bone. Spoke love in reverse, cause the heart's overgrown. My man got locked, trying to feed a dead name. Chose bars over hunger, the system's old game. A whisper in my chest said, don't trust the light, cause shadows make truth when you stare too right. We drew maps in blood just to lead the street, but the wind kept folding what we wrote in heat. And the OGs told me write scripture in grime, so I penned Revelation in New York Times. Some angels wear Timbs, some devils sing low. I buried my name where the black winds blow. A crown made of silence, a robe stitched with smoke. Your call is survival. The tryst never broke.
call it survival, but just for the road.
Yeah, mother. I tried to say her name the old tongue, but the dirt was fluent, and I wasn't.
They buried her mouth before her body went stiff. Language died quiet like a smoke-drawn glyph. I held a rosary, but it burned like chalk. Each beat a word, I forgot how to talk. She spoke in dialects older than steel. Her lullabies wrapped in wounds you feel. Said every root got blood on the tip, then blessed my shows for a generational trip. But I lost it. The vowels, the pitch, the rise and fall, all drowned in a country that don't hear it all. Now I rap in shadow, syllables blurred with a coffin for a tongue and no holy word. I kiss the grave where her language sleeps. My voice broke open, but the urge sleeps. Open, but the urge sleeps. I kiss the grave where her language sleeps. My voice broke open, but the earth keeps. Yeah. The last time I prayed, it was in broken bone. Half English, half ghost, whole thing alone. Tried to hum a hymn, just air, no sound. Cause the song don't breathe once it's underground. In the projects, names get bent by fear. Till umbrella sounds like a curse in your ear. I wrote verses in ink she never read. You still feel a slap for what I left unsaid. This culture ain't culture, it's curated grief. Where mother tongues rock beneath more belief. I wear her silence like a flag, torn and proud. A rebel with no alphabet screaming out loud. Spoke a truth with the coffin closed. Mother tongue gone where the cold will wind. I'm taking cures of the hanger shits. For my body so to go, where my heart is yours. If she speaks now, you see why I'm stakes. Pursuing no trace. Silence got vultures, but the crows came first. Say no to rehearsals. Quiet store broken, cracked hymnals and dust. Blood on the bench, God's name in rust. The stained glass wept when the shells rang out. Now halos hang low, just sidelines of doubt. I seen crows peck verses off marble floors. Truth got wings when the church closed doors. One sang Amazing Grace, store wiretap hummed, then choked on a verse that never quite come that night. The priest wore a vest with steel, told me Psalms don't stop what real men feel. He hid his faith in a shoebox grave. Said crows know the tune, but they sing to enslave. Crows ate the quiet notes, left the faith unfed. So we prayed in smoke, where the echoes bled. Candles flicker like memories drunk on rain. Every wax strip speaks a name in pain. I carve, forgive me on a chapel spine, but the wood just moaned like it heard that line. Bullet holes in the sermon board, no verse spared, just silence and feathers, some still chad. I stepped on a rosary, teeth cracked the bead, felt guilt slithering like a serpent in need. Outside, crows preached on a crooked wire, spoken tongues baptized in the fire. One looked at me with a prophet's eye, said every gospel got a grave where it lies. The song don't end, it just flies away on wings too black for the light to stay. We tried to say, but the crows to the toes of the
You ever see a man bow his head, but his heart's still loaded?
Oil on my hands, not from labor, is chrism. Anointing the ghost and still talk through the prism. I baptized weight in the back of the abbey. Rituals carved out the soul of a cabbie. I knew a deacon who bled through his hymn. Told me salvation's just luck trimmed thin. The tombstone letters fade like the truth, but memory don't blink in the court of youth. My rosary's rusted, blood turned to links. Every beat a mistake that the silence drinks. Forgive me, Father, I prayed in reverse. The amen was a threat and the verse was a curse.
Words don't try in velvet night, they just dance slow in candlelight. Play ghosts and tailor suits, still her truth in funeral flutes.
Marble underfoot, but the guilt made it quake. I heard angels hum over sins I can't shake. The silence wore linen, stitched fine in remorse, and I dressed like a mourner at my own discourse. My father wore wool, my uncles wore chrome. They passed down a will that was carved into bone. Can't cleanse the ledger with wine or a veil. The saints won't sing when the ledger's in braille. Held hands with a killer who wept like a monk. He buried his conscience where the incense sunk. In the vault of my chest sits a rusted creed. I don't pray for redemption, I barter a need.
Words don't try in velvet night, they just dance slow in candlelight. Play ghosts and tailor suits, still her truth in funeral flutes.
We ain't lost. We just too stained to glow.
Did he say heirlooms, Gregory kill Emily's? For mine, they stayed in attics, next to scales and broken promises.
Heirlooms in the attic, wrapped in linen and guilt. The safe had 2 rings and a chain I built. Mama kept the Bible, Daddy kept the flame. Both prayed different, one for peace, one for gain. Old letters stained with cold and tears. My uncle's last note still smells like fears. Up there in dust I found my name, etched in metal on a 38 frame. Photos in frames with eyes that knew what I become if the kitchen stayed true. My bloodline ain't regal, it's razor blade royal. Inheritance soaked in plastic and oil.
There's dust on the crown and ghosts on the floor. Heirlooms are silent and ghosts on the floor. Heirlooms are silence, we don't speak of no more.
I found a shoebox of lies and suede, tied tight with string beneath grenades. My cousin passport fake with grace. His smile in the photo had no face. Came across grandma's rosary cracked and bent. She prayed through wars, now the bees got sent. 3 ledger books and a funeral invite. Same day I made my first pack take flight. The attic told me everything they hid, not just what they sold, but what they did. Legacy don't shine, it stains, it breaks. It sits in the attic and waits.
There's dust on the crown and ghosts on the floor. Heirlooms are silent, we don't speak of no more. Heirlooms are silent, we don't speak of no more.
Shook his hand with a hostess smile. Didn't know Judas walk alone in style. Lobby smelled like wax, gun oil and doubt. Red carpet rolled out where the truth bled out. He had cufflinks that gleamed like the bishop's sin, and a tongue smooth as a needle in skin. Go ain't fuck easy, ain't flinch. When the guards passed by, told me loyalty's a legend, not a lullaby. Spoke Latin in fragments, prayers in reverse with Murdy rehearsal. Said his Bible had pages missing by choice. Said silence got louder if you trust the wrong voice. Then doorman nodded, another ain't in Lynn. The devil just signed with a pen.
Kiss me twice, one for the crown, one for the bullet that laid me down. Yeah, yeah.
Elevator rose,
like a coffin on strings. I stood in my guilt while the brass bell rings. The past had a key card, slipped through the door and whispered, your shadow's been here before. A photo on the table, spine cracked like truth. Inside names, photos, a boy with one tooth. He flipped it and smiled, his war got no sides. Lit incense from hell and let justice slide. I told him I'd rather bleed than kneel. He said, even martyrs got deals they conceal. Lobby lights flicking, the cameras all turned, and the air tasted sharp like a cross that burned.
For you don't echo when the knife is near. Song when the God is here. Only Judas walks off when the God is here.
Yeah, he asked if I believed in heaven. I said only a lie be fucking from other. This ain't only Memphis, it's wherever. I said only in lobbies, spoken word in there. He asked if I believed in heaven. I said only lobbies, fuck before Evan him.
Yeah. Yeah, I rhyme with a pink pill, train screech deep. With a prayer in the gutter, still learn to speak. No silver spoon, just rust and rain. Where the youth got flame, but the system chained. My bars born barefoot on broken ground. Cypher in the dark where the truth ain't loud. From the staircase scriptures, the pace torn raw. To the heartbeat drums from the basement floor. Ain't no fame in this, just smoking cars. No illusion in the rhythm, just open bars. I ain't chase the glow, I chase what's real. Where the echoes of the prophets still cook that meal. Pavement psalms and hand roll tapes. Black wax wisdom that the church can't fake. So I walk through fire in a coat of dust. With a mic like a torch for the ones like us. I write like a monk in a war-torn cell. Where the ink don't fade and the bars don't sell. This for the soldier with a book bag dream. Who spit jewels clean through the smoke and steam. Still dig through crates like I dig through time. Where the drums hit harder and the rhymes still shine. Where the tape hits gospel and the snare like proof. And the booth still echo with forbidden truth. I seen halos fall in the tenement hall. Where the heroes got names, no a scroll on the wall. But they live in the verse and the poster beat. In the rhythm of the rail beneath worn out feet. I ain't here for applause, I'm here for the oath. For the kids in the cut with a dream and a loaf. So if the system don't listen, then the rhythm will teach. Every sermon from the subway, the gospel I preach.
For the big broken child, he is woman changed. Yeah, yeah.
Damn.
Ain't no steeple on this corner, but the prayers still rise. Children sitting on stone, speaking truth to the sky.
Yes,
I was raised where the wisdom ain't written in scrolls. It's carved in the bench wood, hearts full of holes. Where the old heads sit like grits and sweats, telling tales with their eyes, hand roll cigarettes. They don't preach from pulpits, just speak what's known about the wars they fought. How to make pain home, how to twist that sorrow in the armor and march. Make a crown from the scraps and light. From the dark, it's a gospel with no quad, just brief and bass. A liturgy of scars and a sermon in your face. Told me, son, don't mistake being loud for deep. And the realest ones you meet barely even speak. So I rhyme for the ones whose books got torn, but still quote psalms in the crack of dawn. For the sister with the child in a coat too thin, who still smile like she got gold tucked in. This is the gospel from the bench on the block. No stained glass, just a voice and a knock. Tell the children the truth. Tell the lost path. Yo, I seen prophets nod off with a flask in hand, and queens hold court with no throne to stand. With a chess game lit with the broken men, moving pawns through the pain, still hoping again. Every splinter in this bench tell a generational tale. The ones who ain't make it and the ones who prevail. Or the boy who could draw like the Sistine sky, but got clipped in a raid. No time for goodbye. It's holy ground, even if the pigeons feast and the prayers sound like whispers to the east. I done built my bars from the bricks they threw and spit verses like seeds just to push that truth. This ain't for the awards or the marble floors. It's for them back steps, them open doors. For the kid with the rhyme book dreaming in code. Just know you already walked the righteous road. This is the gospel from the bench on the block. No stained glass, just the voice in the knock. Tell the children the truth. The church got no roof, but the spirit's still. This is the gospel. Bench is wood, but the word is gold. They passed it down like goats and cold.
This one's for the ones still walking, but carry the weight of the tune. For the breathing ghosts drifting in their room.
Yeah. I spit for the souls with the glassy stares. Still alive in the flesh, but they not quite there. Got a pulse, got a name, but they fade each day. Like chalk on the curb where the rain gon' stay. I see mothers with grief tattooed on their spine, still hum lullabies while they serving time. Brothers in the alley where the memories rust, holding on to brief like it's borrowed trust. What's the word for the ache that don't cry out loud? For the man with a dream but too broke to be proud. For the woman in the mirror that forgot her face but still wants grace in a godless place. It's an elegy, not for the tombstone road, but for those who walk through this world too slow. The invisible weight that don't break the skin, but leave scars like a water still live within.
This is the elegy for those not seen, still walking through fire, still living in between. Don't need no flowers, don't need no name, dull voice in the silence, calling through shame.
Look, I done prayed at the edge of forgotten beds, where your hope got strangled and the angels fled. I seen light in the eyes of the halfway gone, still humming that hymn with the TV on. This for the youngin' with the glass in his shoe, who done danced through pain just to feel brand new. For the elder with the stories no kin recall, who still plant seeds in the urban sprawl. We ain't dead, we just buried in debt and days, in a maze with no map with a system praise. I don't write for applause or cathedral floors, I write for the cracks in the tenement doors. So when I rhyme, it's a eulogy dressed in breath, a poem for the ones who done outlived death. And if you feel that truth in your spine or chest, know you sacred, even when the world says less.
This is the elegy for those that see, still on the fire, standing in between. Won't need no flowers, don't need no name, for those inside, caught on the train.
Still here, child. Still hating. Still hope. Still hope. Still hope.
Down the dark with a wall. Now hear the word and bright the clarity.
Yeah, it's that cardboard floor over concrete breath, where the rhymes are religion and the beat bring death, where the roaches, the choir, and the pipes, the flutes, and the OG's truth more sacred than suits. I ain't never had a booth, just a basement wall, tagging scriptures in chalk where the echoes crawl. I spit for the sunless, the cipher born, the sermon scribbled in black books, tattered and worn. Ain't no Wi-Fi down here, just wires and ghosts, crates of soul records and secondhand hopes. Every bar I breathe got the center rust, and the baseline cracked like God's disgust. We the sons of the static, the vinyl curse, still spin gems from the sewer and the hearse. If they ask where I'm from, just say below, where the light don't reach but the truth still grow.
Still alive, still alive. We speak in songs. Still alive. We speak in songs.
Yo, I was baptized in boom bap, raised by crates, taught to lace syllables like steel and skates. Ain't no fame in these lines, just breathe and grime. Every rhyme a relic from forgotten time. The same microwave flow, it's stovetop pain, cooked slow in a pot with the wind and rain. These are backstep blues, staircase rolls, the kind of bars that don't chart but they feed lost souls. Still quote killing ball, went through broken teeth, still build on a stoop with the devils beneath. The cipher don't lie, it reveal what's real, with a silence got rhythm and the cold can kill. So I pen with a tremor and a flaming chest. For the brother in the dark with a torn up vest. You ain't gotta be seen to exist in light. Some songs only bloom in the absence of sight. Underground, underground, still alive, still alive. We speak in songs, we beam in dust, we rise.
There are saints in the rubble, walking slow through smoke, carrying more than names but never broke.
Yeah, I seen halos and hoodies, saints with grills, praying over frying pans, stacking unpaid bills. Seen martyrs with ink stains on callous hands, writing psalms in chalk on abandoned land. Not all prophets speak with robes and rings. Some wear aprons, some fix things. Some hold babies while the sirens scream. Some hum wade in the water just a dream. They don't make the news, they don't trend a tweet, but they playing lilac truth and crack concrete. I seen them build hope with a nail in him. Find sunlight in the smoke and dim. My verses ain't for the throne of gold, they for the ones who held the line and fold. For the nameless, quiet but true and noble, the ones I call saints in the rubble.
In the ashes I saw them rise, with fire in their breath and truth in their eyes. They don't wear crowns, but they stand tall. Saints in the rubble still answer the call.
Yo, I seen teachers spin gold in a chalk dust storm, with no heat in the class, still keeping them warm. Barbers preach sermons while the clippers buzz, and the addicts give hugs cause they once felt love. I seen aunties cook faith in the pots of beans, telling kids you a king, don't need no screams. Seen brothers with records read books to sons, and janitors mop joy where the violence runs. We make altars out of corner stores and steps, we baptize pain till nothing left. You can't gentrify soul, that's why we still dance in the places where our fathers die. So don't ask where the angels went. Look around in the smoke, in the soil, in the shattered ground. They rise without trumpets, humble and noble. Them real ones, the saints in the rubble.
In the ashes I saw them rise, with fire in their breath and truth in their eyes. They don't wear crowns, but they stand tall. Saints in the rubble still answer the call. Even in ruin they rise again, with calloused hands and hearts that bend.
No songs were sung, no names were read, but still they walk, though the world played dead.
Yeah, where the candles flicker on curbsides cold, and chalk fades fast like a prayer gone old. Ain't no choirs for the ones lost nameless, only silence and mamas who ache painless. I speak for the echoes and welfare lines, for the kid in the cell that the world ain't fine. They built monuments for the rich who stole, but left no hymns for the brilliant and bold. These bars for the foster child with journals, the janitor poet with sermons eternal, for the block array scholars who never got light, and the queen and mother 10 with a will to fight. I seen angels in busted sneakers, prophets sleep in their busted speakers. They don't ask for praise or stardom's throne, just don't leave their name in the grave alone.
No psalms for the forgotten, no choir sing their names, but still they live, still they give in silence and in flame. No statue stand, but they built the land since we pass each day.
Yo, it's for the brother who never wrote rhymes, but spit truth in his lunch break time.
For the girl who stitched her dreams in thread, while the world just scrolled past all she said. For the elder on the porch with 1,000 tales that history books ain't never unveiled. For the young G who walked away from war and got no credit for the peace he bore. These bars like flowers in a field of rust. For the ones they erased but couldn't crush. I seen brilliance buried in brownstone walls and futures stolen in courtroom halls. Still we breathe, quiet but vivid. No fame, no press, but holy and gifted. And every line I write, I stitch the names into the cloth where the soul remains.
No songs for the forgotten, no choir sing the names, but still they live, still they give inside the flame. No statue stand, but they built the land. They just be light, where I gonna stay.
There's a light down low where the world forgot, where the broken walk, but their souls do not.
Yeah, I built sermons from sewer steam, carved lines of stone, with the rats as my witness in the dark, my home, where the water talks slick and the walls got mold. But I spit like a prophet with a heart of gold. Ain't no halos here, just halos of smoke. No suits or stages, just truth and hope. I wrote scrolls in a stench with a flickering wick, turned filth into gospel and grime in the brick. Seeing, cause I seen kings with no throne, just crates. Figures is just still states, just in straights. What I wrote grows in the stakes when the blow smoke goes. And no stew got green at the grime. See, I seen kings with no throne, just crates. Spitting gems to the youth while they fixing plates. And I've heard lullabies hum through pipes where a mother got nothing but still dreams right. This is underground scripture, forged in rust. No fame in these bars, just faith and dust. If the heavens don't answer, we still gonna write with a pen and a flame and a ratchet light. There's a lantern in the sewer where the cold can't kill, they pure. And the soul gon' persevere. Yeah. This ain't for the playlist, this for the cross space. For the kid with the rhyme book and the lost face. For the cipher in the cut where the grown men bleed, but still quote Malcolm when the babies need. It's a rhythm of rebellion in the dungeon air. We ain't supposed to survive, but we always there. With a beatbox breath and a matchstick word, we light up the dark where the world got blurred. This for the sister in the boiler room booth, rapping verses to silence, cause silence truth. Then for every brother that ain't see next June, but left bars in the sewer like a sacred tune. I ain't looking for salvation from the penthouse suite. It's in sight for smoke in the stupid street. If we ever get free, it'll start down here where the voice still cut and the vision stay clear. There's a lantern in the sewer where the cold can't be pure. The soul gon' persevere. Yo, these sermons ain't stitched in silk or scroll. They written in steam that rise from the soul. Where the gutters got memory, the corners got breath, and the hood still hum ancient songs about death. This for the brother on the milk crate throne, preaching revolution with a rib showing tone. For the cipher in the alley where the shadows clash, and the rhyme book thicker than a Sunday stash. Every verse got dirt, every line got ache, but the truth in the wound is the risk I take. See, we ain't just broke, we divine in disguise. Whispers of the grass still tucked in our cries. It's a sermon with a cipher and a matchstick light, still scrawling on walls through the rain at night. If you listen to the greats when the moon is low, you'll hear pain turn to prophecy, grime turned to glow. He spoke through the fire and the rain, still holy, still calling out names. A voice
from the crack and flame. Saying truth don't die in shame. Yeah, I seen sermons in chalk where the cops won't look. On the back of a bench or a torn out book, where the air's so thick you can sip that grief, and the silence speak louder than a crooked chief. These my psalms from the pavement, inked and cold, with the rhythm of the rail and the side of old. Ain't no stained glass, just stained hands, just kids with a voice in a junkyard band. We ain't choir boys, we the ghosts of the block. Spitting gems where the clocks don't talk. They forgot about the prophets in the laundromats, writing wisdom on receipts and the prayerful raps. So this for the low, for the deep unseen, where the holy got holes and the soul ain't clean, where the truth don't trend but it damn sure burns. Sermons from the steam grate, wait your turn.
The angels weeping down in light still carry fire through the night.
Yo, I came from the cracks where the halos rust, where the psalms get lost in the steam and dust, where the paint peel off and the prayers within, but we still write truth on the backs of sin. This that block theology, soul with a limp, where the truth don't glisten, crawl and wince, where the light bulbs swing from a wire exposed, and the young gods preach in they Sunday clothes. See, I done heard gospel in a fiend's last breath and seen prophets with real speak life through death. It's a rhythm in the rot, a sermon in grime. I spit books of the dead with a holy rhyme. We the children of the basement, ink on our palms, talking wisdom to whisper, still chant psalms. And they ask if we fall, and nah, we just low. Even halos get rust when the winds don't blow.
Rust on the halo, don't mean the soul gone, don't mean the soul gone. Still holding on, still singing strong. Where the dark can't hide the dawn.
Yeah, I ain't never had gold, just rust and breath. Just crack black notes in a cousin's death. Still I build with the dust like the ancients taught, with a shovel full of verses and a mind full of thought. We the echoes of struggle, the beat don't lie. It loop like the pain and the mother's cry. Every brick in the block got a hymn and scar. Every scar got a bar a star. This for every unseen, unheard, unfair. For the rhymes that survive where the angels bled, where the gospel ain't clean but it cut and heal, where the truth got teeth and the drums stay real. So if you see me in the alley with a pen and flame, know I'm scribbling songs that don't need no name. And when I go, bury me beneath that light, where the halos rust but the soul still fight.
Even in the silence, he's still near. Even in the ruin, we still near.
Yeah, I seen prayers ride wires and tenement walls, heard sermons in the static when the speaker falls. Ain't no stained glass here, just a rain streak brick and a mic with a short that still spit truth dick. This that cardboard altar, the cipher turn mass where the deacons wear hoodies and the gospel pass. Through the rhythm and the rupture, the verse and the hiss, and the faith ain't clean but it still exists. I rap like the world bending, corner by corner like the ghost of Gil humming through a tape recorder. Ain't no choir in the loft, just a kid with a pen and a beatbox squeezing from around the bend. This for them block saints, them low budget scribes who baptize bars in they 9 to 5s. We don't need no steeple, no marble name, just prayer through the speaker and the holy flame.
I pray, though the speaker was torn, still the Lord heard me more. Ooh, prayer over broken sound.
Yo, this a hymn for the hands with the residue crust, who dream past the rust and still learn to trust. Where the voice of a father come through crackle and tape, saying son don't break, even hell got escape. It's the sound of a people who done bled in the bass, who find grace in a verse with no clean space. Where the pain ain't performing, the pain just lives in the boom and the bap and the hope it gives. It's a beat up box on a busted stoop, still bumping psalms through the static loop. And the kid on the corner don't know his name, but he write like God moving through the flame. So play that joint loud even if it's broke, even if the wire spark, even if it chokes. Cause the prayer don't need perfection to aim, just to be a voice in a heart full of flame.
I pray, though the speaker was torn, still the Lord heard me more. Ooh,
Bless this voice in his blood. Bless this breath where the light was born. Bless the F, the undercover. Never six through strict tambourine shakes, listen like it's from another room. The great B Hicks, jagged but divided. Psalms in the pipes with a light full snitch. Every word in the sight, like a sermon I preach. Ain't no pulpit here, just a bass and a bricks in a verse full of suited kind of shit split. A sweat drip gospel, the scripture is steam. With a syllable sliced through the weight of a dream. We ain't have no spew, just crates and chairs. But the rhymes baptized all our secret prayers. I done blessed this mic in the basement cold. With a flow so ancient it erode your soul. Ain't no spotlight, just a flame from dope. And the voice of the dead in the bars I caught. Every bar is a bell in a church unseen. Wrung from the guts of a 16 clean. So when I speak it ain't just me I lift. It's the whole damn block in the vocal drift. Oh bless the one that speaks with no stage. Oh, like the word that escapes the cage. Basement, benedictions rise through the rage. Molders on the floor with the mold in the wall. Where the beatbox thump like a spirit call. Ain't no fame in the cipher, just the truth and grind. Where the wisdom ain't bought, but it's hard to find. It's for the pen and no room to shout. Who found church in the verse when the power went out? It's that oil drum wisdom, that rust-worn beat. Where the single 16 can lift torn feet. I speak for the crates full of vinyl ghosts. For the echo in the stairwell when hope got close. Where the prayers don't rhyme, but they still get sent. Through the copper and the smoke and the rent, unpaid vent. So let the track loop, let me hail you well. Let the drums not crook and the truth unveil. We the saints of the cellar, the scribes in the grind, writing gospel in graffiti, line by line. Bless the one who speaks with no stage. Oh, like the word that escapes the cage. Basement, benedictions rise through the rage.
Even in the storms, he over your doors. Even when we said we'd work still does.
Yeah, it's that street light sermon from the ash and chrome. Where the paint on the wall feel like etched gravestone. Where the kids spit psalms in the vapor of dust. And the echoes of the elders still live in the dust. I've walked through alleys where the silence preach. And the wind through the wires got a lesson teach. Ain't no part of just a bull ox hung and regret. And the truth wear boots with the tongue half wet. These ain't rhymes, they parchments on torn up skin. Written with a big and fifth of gin. I recite with the pavement, the guy in the say. Every bar like a scratch from a guy gone stray. This is psalm of the curb where the righteous slept. With a backpack of loss in the verse they kept. You ain't gotta believe, but you better feel. Cause the gospel's in the grit and the grime is real.
Speaks through the silence and ashes and rust. The gospel according to dust. We knew what we felt. This couldn't suit us.
This for every crack, tattered, and splintered stew. Where the dreams got buried with no courtroom proof. I've seen saints with stains on their soul and coat. Preach sermons in a rhyme just to try and cope. Every cipher a cathedral when the rhyme is clean. But the pages get torn when you live between. I ain't never seen heaven, but I heard the sound. It's a snare with a hiss when the past come round. We ain't never had gold, but we had that truth. On cassette tapes passed from the elders to youth. This for that bookshelf broke by the radiator. And the prayers that linger when the rent come later. They thought we was lost, but we studied the mold. We read the mildew gospel and the stories untold. Now I write in the dust with a verse-shaped flame. And I whisper to the beat like it knows my name.
Pages fades, the spirit stays. Even dust will praise it in broken days.
These hands, they write what the soul can't speak. With ink from the wounds and truth that leaks.
Yo,
these ink stains preach. I don't write, I bleed. Every bar etched deep like a prayer need. It's the voice of the hallway, the gospel of stains, where the pen got baptized in somebody's pain. I done scribbled with the shadows lit by a match, with the sound of the rats and the locks that latch. Ain't no silence here, just a beat on loop, and the voice of the elders hid inside the soup. See, I write on backs of bills and school suspensions, on wall with she forgotten names, equal intentions. This ain't rap, it's an altar call in disguise, where I whisper to God in the poet's guise. The truth too heavy for a church to hold, so I spill it in the rhyme in the corners cold. Let the pen speak fire, let the cadence crawl, let the paper bear weight that could break us all.
He wrote with tears in the page, and the page forgave with ink-stained songs. The broke still break. Ooh, how sorrow of decay, only in song shines like me.
I wrote sermons in cipher, lit flames with verse. Learned to preach without pews, let the rhythm nurse. Ain't no robes in this church, just jackets torn. In the scripts in the cipher that the youth still worn. My pad got ghosts, my pen got rage. Every rhyme a candle on a cell block page. We don't speak much, but the bars reveal what a lifetime of silence can never heal. So I carry this craft like a relic old, like the songs that my granddad used to hold, where the ink don't dry, it just sinks in bone, and the pain in the lines make the verse my home. This that scripture scrawled in the belly of trains, with a rust in the rain wrote freedom in chains. I don't rap, I recall in the voice that bends over crack compositions with no amens.
He wrote with peace in the day, and the page forgave with ink-stained songs. The broken still break. These hands still write through a night with me caught in tight.
You ever hear the static whisper secrets through a loose layer? Ain't rap. This is sabotage protocol from beneath the grid. Molten cassette melted through your Walkman vein lines. Clandestine scribbles in the margins of insane minds. I bend steel bars with syllables, twist iron lungs. Bomb shelter rhythm beats carved from rusted drums. Sewer-born syntax coded in Mo's boards. Hack the mainframe of gods through collapsing trapdoors. Resurrected trench coats, ink stained from the scroll. Scroll scriptures in a cipher, only street ghosts know. Graffiti hieroglyphics bled from aerosol dreams. I box with shadows of regimes and abandoned machine beams. Metal teeth, grind loops, hiss, paranoia pulse. Brick and wire gospel from beneath the faulty vaults. I'm that gravel-throated oracle with vinyl skin. Sampling the screams of prophets locked in oxygen sin.
Circuits glitch when the prophets speak. Circuits glitch when the prophets speak. Dust and cold in the catacombs. Dust and cold in the catacombs. We buff our speed. Dust and cold in the catacombs. We breathe obsolete.
Yo. I spit trench coat algorithms, back alley catechisms, punchlines laced with post-apocalyptic nihilism. Rusted halos hang crooked on my cortex frame. I write sermons on napkins with hemoglobin and pain. Yo, my voice box click like a reel-to-reel playback. Black snow static filling every beat, stabbing trap. Steel-toe syllables stomp through the chapel of wires. I baptize microphones of forgotten amplifier fires. No glamour in this glitch, no gold in this gutter. Just dusty loops on a planet that forgot how to mutter. I rhyme in Morse code over sampled ghost choirs. Wrote a verse so cold, made the studio retire. And I don't spit bars, I decode dimensions. Script ink bled through quantum suspension.
Circuits glitch when the prophets speak. Circuits glitch when the prophets speak. Dust and cold in the catacomb. Dust and cold in the catacomb. Breathe obsolete.
You ain't underground, round till the ranks salute you. Till your first cracks the submitted time. Company flow, eternal static in the line.
76. Ever hit a 76. Getting wrecked today. Fuck. Back to my normal build.
I built my castle from capsules, the crown's cutthroat chrome. These bricks ain't just buildings, they my kingdom's bones. My scales like scripture, each gram gets judged. Judas sold Christ, I sold love for a grudge. Gold lace revolver with a lion snarl. Made my first meal where the sirens crawl. Knights on the payroll, bishops who bless. The Pope can't touch what the Pyrex confess. Royalty's a myth when the wolves wear silk. I seen blood on mink and champagne spilt. Every dollar got a ghost, every whip got sin. Even my prayers ride dirty through the heroin wind. Boardroom barbarian, coke like marble. Architect the wall, my lines drawn in charcoal. You dream in pastel, I breathe in pitch. That's the price of a seat on a throne made of bricks.
Stone by stone, he moves through the dark.
Need to get the Vesta.
But he called it all.
Every corner was a court. I bled on the stand. I spoke Latin. The lawyers with coke on my hands. My sins wear jewelry. My guilt drips pearls. Put my heart on the stove. Watch it dance and twirl. Pharaoh in denim. My script's Egyptian. Wrote my commandments in lines of addiction. 10 steps to power, 5 to deceit. All paved in powder from Medellin streets. You love fairy tales. I ghostwrite tragedies. Cartels sign his desk calligraphy. I flipped history like dope on glass. Now Caesar reads me to learn how to last. Don't question the smoke, it's incense for saints. Every soul I bury still haunts in my paints. You hung your dreams in museums and myths. I carved empires from a throne made of bricks.
Stone by stone, he goes through the dark. Now the bricks cry blood, but he called it all.
Fire took the roof, but the truth stayed low. Scrolls buried deep where the lost minds grow.
I wrote gospel on walls that the flames kiss raw. Left ink in the cracks where the floorboard saw. Knowledge ain't loud, it's a whisper in smoke. Where the silence bleeds slow and the wisdom chokes. Ash fell thick on the preacher's chair. Still the sermon survived in the suit and air. A scholar once told me the dust still speaks. Where the books burn fast but the thought still leaks. Pages turn black in a tenement blaze, but the margins held rhymes from the golden days. I seen truth get folded in a jacket's cuff. Passed down like prayer when the world got rough. From Babylon ruins to the housing plots, I decoded the pain in the hustler's knots. Even ashes remember the name they wore, and the script still whisper through a cellar door.
The fire fades, but the verse still clings. Scrolls beneath ashes, old forgotten kings.
I met an old man with a burnt out gaze. Said he buried his youth in the library's blaze. Kept the torn Quran in a sock but still said knowledge is war and the scars stay real. I seen kids spit math on a blackened stoop, where the lessons ain't soft but the rhythm's truth. They don't teach this code in no Ivy halls, but the formula's carved in these hallway brawls. Ash to the elbow, pen to the scar. I write like a monk in a Civil War jar. The street is a scroll and the ink is pain. Every tag on the wall got a ghost in its name. The scholars all die, but the language lives in the laugh of a child at a hand that gives. So I dig through rubble for the lines they toss and rebuild the world with the rhymes they lost.
The fire fades, but the verse still clings. Scrolls beneath ashes, old forgotten kings. Blood in the Nile, truth in the stone. He built a throne with the blade alone.
I carved hieroglyphs in the chalk of the curb. The fiends read sermons in the cracks in the verbs. I studied Caesar with the street as my scroll, while a Glock made gospel of a barrel's control. Black robe thinker in the city of ash, where every wise man got a foot in the past. I cracked the code like Da Vinci with the flame. Burned every frame till I memorized my name. My mind's like Mally when the gold got taxed. Ruthless like Shaka with a blade in his back. Every block got a Brutus in a linen disguise, with a Judas kiss in a centurion's eyes. I wrote laws in the blood of a crooked regime. Drink Plato while I cooked up schemes. My thoughts got thorns like a prophet's brow. Speak truth, get stoned by the deafest crowd. I'm a trench coat monk in a cipher of sin, where the dealers speak Latin with a heroin grin. I sold parables for crumbs in a kingdom of rats, then robbed the pharaoh with a scroll and a gat.
Where the wisdom dies, cold steel speaks. He wrote in blood and the blood still weeps.
I
spit murder like it's gospel on a papyrus sheet. Cross-legged on a crate with the world at my feet. Soul stitched tight like the books in Timbuktu. Every quote a rebellion, every breath a coup. My fate was chiseled in the bricks by slaves. Now my echo runs wild through the alleyway graves. I was raised where the silence got teeth and claws, and every child's lullaby broke 10 laws. I'm the ghost of forgotten griots and chains, spitting Shakespeare in a warlord's name. I seen kings get clipped for a dime of dope, and God retreats silent in the gun smoke. No peace, just chests in a storm of knives. Bishops get slain and the queen survives. Every word I rhyme got a martyr's cost, cause the truth in this world is a luxury loss.
We drew cathedrals in Ashwood Chalk, built Babylon with a butcher's talk.
I laid blueprints with the ink of the slain, drafted catacombs where the angels hang. My prayers got weight like a cinder block, and every verse is a vault when the pistols talk. I sow hope where the light don't reach, where killers quote Malcolm and still preach heat. I drew maps in the veins of fiends, navigated hell with a mason schemes. I saw queens fall for a pawn's disguise, while the kings bled truth through corrupted ties. Architect of a throne that was never mine, so I carved my name in the axis of time. These streets don't love, they loan you breath. They collect with interest when you flirt with death. I seen God cry in a tenement stare, while a nun sang hymns in polluted air. I drafted pain with a philosopher's quill, where the ink dripped down like a warlord's will. I built legacies with the ash of defeat, and turned broken blocks to a scroll elite.
He built a temple brick by sin, with every scar he drew within.
A dataless with a blade, no wings to fly, so I stitched my myth in a dealer's lie. Each bar a stone from a fallen world, where the crown got thorns and the flags unfurl. I'm the scribe of the street with a torch and blade, lighting scrolls in the dark where the prophets fade. They call me heretic for preaching the real, but my lines resurrect like Ezekiel's zeal. I sold sermons with the scent of guns, where the choir wore vests and the preacher runs. A bulletproof book with the gospel torn, still wrote fire while the crown was worn. No marble floors, just blood on tiles. Still I architect truth with a crooked smile. Built kingdoms in the mind that are broke, lit fires in the soul where the rich just choke.
He built the temple brick by sin, with every scar he drew within.
He wrote with fire, not just pen, 1,000 truths for a world of men.
I spit gospel in graffiti fonts, tagged the Sistine in a warlord's haunts. Quills dipped in the bones of saints. I carved up risings where the scriptures faint. I was born with a scroll and a shank in hand. Wrote essays on bricks where the kingdom stand. They taught me to read with my knuckles first, so I rewrote peace in a hood rehearse. I spit Chaucer in a cipher of goons. Verses got halos and dim lit rooms. I'm the poet laureate of poverty's breath, with a library built out of pain and death. My ink don't dry, it burns on page. Lights revolts from cage to stage. I blend Sun Tzu with a dope boy's code, and sow revolutions in a scholar's mode. Each line I write got a torch and blade, a blueprint drawn in the cuts I made. The pad is my pulpit, the block my book. They tried to erase, but I never shook.
Like ink born from a rebel's mind, he wrote the truth they feared to find.
I read Baldwin under street like moons, quoted Fanon where the war resumes. I mixed Basquiat with a gangster's grin, and made scriptures out of original sin. My verses wear armor, stitched in rhyme, built for the blood that floods through time. I seen children draft manifestos in chalk, while the system reloads with a predator's walk. I don't rhyme for applause or checks, I write to resurrect the intellects. Each stanza's a shovel in Pharaoh's tomb, uncovering truth from imperial gloom. I built the Renaissance with a scar and pen, while kings got fat off the backs of men. My metaphors layered like ancient brick, a revolution hiding in a rhyming trick. I plant seeds in the mind like stolen land, and watch ideas rise with a calloused hand. They burn books, but the soul recalls what ink ignites can't be walled.
Black ink born from
Yes, I know PPA.
he wrote
began with words, not guns.
I know.
And it
I
still
know
burns.
it's a scam.
They roll the bones on broken stone, but every throw was not their own. I drop dice like I drop deep quotes on a sidewalk scroll where the scholar floats. Plato by the payphone, fate in hand, with the street lights flickering like contraband. Each throw a thesis, each point divine. Chance sculpted like a Grecian line. We ain't gamble, we theorize risk and let the concrete write the Eucharist. I watch young guys bet breath on 4, 5, 6, stacking dreams with a dealer's fix. Even Socrates would fold in this heat, where the wrong number dance could delete your seat. I heard Confucius in a hustler's tone, teaching balance through a mobile phone. He said, don't chase the wind, chase the why. Then the dice hit 7 and the night said bye. I read Nietzsche on the corner stoop, with survival's gospel and true salute. We ain't play for fun, we play for rent. Every roll a verse in the testament.
Dice don't lie, they just reflect. The money, the faith, the cause, the debt.
Some cold scriptures, we quote the dice. Let them tumble like thoughts through sacrifice. Even Aristotle would have gripped the grip if the scrolls paid less than the dealer's flip. Luck ain't luck when the system cheats. When a house is rigged, then the dealer greets. So we make math of the devil's toss and draw morals from every loss. A pair of sevens could be paradise, or the snake in Eden with a cube of vice. I seen men gamble away their youth, then rewrite logic to define that truth. We called it philosophy. Hood degree with no tuition but the penalty fee. Each roll was a question, a test of soul. Would you sell peace just to feel control? I ain't teach this, I live this pain. Watch dice fall like Roman reigns. And when the night grew quiet, the game was done. We learned more than books ever begun.
He didn't play to win. You can't come see.
Yo, yeah. I write scrolls where the gutter gods slept, ink from the blood where the mob laws wept. I carve code in the bricks with a chisel of flames, spoke hieroglyphs while the killers just scribbled their name. In the court of the jackals, I'm Caesar in chains. Still I speak like Sophocles, deep in the game. From the stoop to the scroll, every word is a dart. Sling verses like Spartans when the phalanx part. I saw couples turn ghosts in Venetian masks, sniffing dust from a flask in a Grecian past. My thoughts streams stretch like Medina maps. Drop math in the cracks where the demons nap. I seen dreams get clipped like a Caesar's crown, then return like the plague to a fevered town. Philosopher's dice, I gamble with fate, while the bishop lit incense for cannibals' grace. I move like a chess piece, L in my coat, but the rook hold a blade and a criminal note. Stone tablets written in slum ink, only the wise survive what the young think. I spit papyrus scripts in a timeless pitch, where the cold-hearted guards let the sirens twitch. My lines divine like a relic in dirt. Priests study my bars like a testament verse. Clock tick like a guillotine over a king, while the fiends build shrines just to worship a fling. Mob ties like Brutus in a Roman suit. Toss a rose in the tomb where the omens root. Every block
Look,
is
how
a
did
scroll,
she have
every
a
soul
spec
inscribed,
again?
where
She
the ink is
spec
the struggle
twice.
and the pens don't lie. I paint deep in a fresco, stroke for stroke. Each bar like a vow that a pharaoh spoke. Went from ash on my kicks to a mask in silk. Told fate I'm the thread that the spindle built. Seen dope fiends dance in a thunderstorm, and truth leap slow from a prophet born. Stew tail lids ran frost like wind. Take a 9 on spick where the walk begins.
Mad pain with a blade on a crumbling globe, where the borders got drawn with a hustler's code.
From Carter, Gina ships to the Bronx, back blocks, dope trails, mark lines where the ink runs hot. Cartels
like
push
five
freight through
right
the
now.
Panama veins, while the maps bleed red from the opium plains. I wrote songs in the dust of a sin-alone shrine, where the saints bless lead in Colombian rhyme. Lines curved like the Nile in the Herod scroll, every verse like a cut through a general's soul. I saw poppies bloom in the Afghan cliffs, where the ghost of the empires replays each riff. Hustlers chant code in the Marseille port, where the bricks flow dreams and the cops distort. I trace pain like a scribe on a treasure map, where the loot ain't gold, it's the curse you trap. Thrones built on salt and Moroccan trade, and the bloodline runs through the blades we made.
Drawn in smoke where the lines collapse, every king leaves knives in the world's old map.
Venetian routes where the shadow deals formed, underneath silk routes where the karma swarmed. The ink of conquest still stains the page, and the streets got burnt by an ancient rage. New York nights when the Persian cold, where the domes of war echo truths we owed. Gods of the queens, the terrain looks cursed. Same guns, same tears, just a passport first. Black markets bloom where the sun sets slow, and the stars light past where the smugglers go. The cup is cracked in a gangster's grip, now the globe just spins in a prophet's crypt. I built maps where the rebels pen, where the truth circles back to the lies of men. Even time bows down when the names get carved. Each slice of the atlas got a god disarmed.
He knows of life, can't affect with the stars, and get your voice as some treasures go left.
Painted truth in the fog on the cracked gold mirror, where the frame held crooks and the saints grew dearer.
I move like a brushstroke, dipped in blood wine. Frame heist in a chapel where the dead gods dine. Seen Judas and loafers with a Wall Street suit, still a smile, stay holy while the daggers mute. Portraits of the block where the fresco peel, where the angels wore Timbs and the paint congeal. Crime scenes look still like a canvas hush, but the Glock spit oil and the silence crushed. I seen truth get forged in the kiln of greed, where the dealers quote Dante with a pocket of speed. Mona Lisa tears in a dope boy stare as the Louvre hangs prints of a hood affair. Etched secrets on walls in Venetian stone. Every verse is a theft from a king's old throne. The Rembrandt of rage I sketch in code, while the judge wears chains like a pharaoh's robe.
Beauty fades in a world so grim, but the frame holds lies where the truth looks thin.
I wrote sins in the margins of a Vatican scroll, where the Pope sipped gin with a silence of soul. Still the streets baptized with a chalice of lead, and the choir hum hymns for the recently dead. I speak Louvre logic in the mask of grime, hung my thoughts on a nail through corrupted time. The Sistine cracked where the killers drew plans, and the priests took bribes with a gloved off hand. Old masters left clues in the marble dust, now the canvas reveals what the silence trusts. My pen's a blade, tipped in lapis blue. Each stroke's a confession that the kings once knew. I paint death like Caravaggio's rates rap. Light bleeds from the frame where the mob walks past. Every gallery's cursed where the name may hide, and the thieves in the frame still survive inside.
Burn the books but miss the mind. The scrolls still breathe in suit and time.
I sift the ruins with my callous hands. Found wisdom where the empire stands. Ashes told stories the victors fear. Whispers of truth that the smoke made clear. I read scripture etched in collapsed stone. Each letter a scream from a fractured throne. Knowledge don't die, it just hides in dust. Like prophets in corners no one trusts. I found scrolls beneath the blood and flame, where the silence wept in a phantom name. The ink was made from forgotten bones, each verse a key to ancestral tones. I read verses that the kings disown, truths too loud for a gilded throne. Each bar a shovel in the ash I move, digging up light from a world removed. The lessons live in the cracks they paved, in the chants of slaves, in the souls they caged. I decoded secrets in a burnt out church, turned soup to syllables through sacred scrolls.
Beneath the ashes
They torched the libraries, raised the schools, then taught us silence as a scholar's tool. But I found Plato in a ghetto verse and lit the past with a rebel's curse. Scrolls whisper louder than bombs of kings. They ride the smoke with eternal wings. They float in basements in grandma's eyes, in songs unsung and lullaby lies. I seen wisdom etched in a cell block wall, a Shakespeare quote in a dope boy's call. I dug for Socrates in the Bronx decay, and unearthed Rumi in the alleyway. They buried our tongues, but the soil knew. Each root carried words that the fire couldn't chew. I'm the scribe of what survived the blaze, the breed of grief, the dawn through haze. So I write in ash with a monk's precision, reviving ruins with a poet's vision. This ink is smoke, but the truth runs deep, where the knowledge hides and the angels weep.
Those beneath the ashes call, even in ruin they stand tall. You can burn the paper, but not the pulse. It keeps beating underground.
I study boss roles while they hustle in vain. Every thought's like a dice throw, numbers and pain.
Yeah, I breathe life into sentences, seraphim lead, where the corners teach calculus, the alleyways bled. I'm half Plato in Jordans, half blade in the shoebox. Every verse got degrees like I studied at a new mosque. Syllables flip like a dope pack's turn. I burn through your scrolls like a match on a sermon. Gold teeth glisten, that's a scholar's glow. I quote Heraclitus while I spot the blow. Dice click like logic, fate hit the pavement. I watch gods fall flat in a moment of lateness. Linguist of the lost, architect of the hustle. Every line's like a jab with a gladiator's knuckle. Truths get coded in a slang bend form, where a metaphor kills quicker than a Glock swarm. On the page they skip when the class too raw. The ink bleed justice through a criminal law.
I see wisdom in the corners they sell. I see gamble in the ghetto cartel.
I seen wisdom in the corners they sell. Life's a gamble in this ghetto cartel.
Yo, I wrote poems in the dust of a courthouse step, where a man found God in his last deep breath. The dice roll slow when the mind's on flames, and the crown gets passed to the loudest name. Bars fold like folds in a monk's silk robe. Still I rhyme like I'm carving in the temple stone. Used to sleep next to bricks and bugs. Now I teach kids why the pharaohs dug. Style ancient, cadence from the archway tombs, where the echoes of fate sound like jazz in ruins. I spit gold where the granite cracked, and they study my scrolls like a Roman pact. I seen chess played with a dagger smirk, where the queen moves swift and the pawns do dirt. Every quote's like a cipher that the wise decode. I'm the dice in the palm of the streets I roll.
I don't know, bro. Your Baccarat calls are trash. They rinsed me.
I speak in gems. Even gods throw dice when the light gets dim. Win or lose, still I speak in gems. Even gods throw dice when the light gets dim.
My name is Baccarat Legend, and I got rinsed.
Buried under mildew and machine oil. The words still breathe.
The walls leak cold, my pen bleeds
So I
cold.
wasn't playing how you were telling me to play.
Tongue of obsidian, syllables fracture the grid. Every verse is a relic from a vault never lit. Moss on the drum pads, mildew on the loop. I rhyme from the crawl space where dead wires regroup. Dead birds on power lines whisper prophecies. I cipher with the echoes of ancient atrocities. My notebooks bound in ash, inked and rot. Each page a funeral for the thoughts you forgot. Yo, I talk to no one through a tape, hiss haze. My breath fogs the glass of the past last phase. Inhale mildew, exhale plague hymns. I build cathedrals of noise from where the filth begins.
When no sun in the scripture, just fungus and grief. You ain't lived till you rhyme where the pipes leak. Where the pipes leak.
I walk through train tunnels lit by glitching sparks, where the rats caught my bars in hieroglyphic arcs. My lungs cough bass lines soaked in oil and rust. Every rhyme's a sermon broadcast through crust. Burned prayer flags hang from the ceiling of defeat. I write verses on bricks with blood and obsolete beats. Nothing lives here, but the cadence still grows like mold on the mic stand, evolving through flows. Drums sound like bones dropped in silence. I sample war cries wrapped in cold appliance. This ain't music, this is memory erosion. A slow dissolve through analog corrosion. No sun in description, just fungus and creep. You ain't lived till you rhyme where the pipes leak. Where the pipes leak. I dip my pen in the veins of the street, wrote law where the angels and the gangsters meet. I seen prayers in chalk on a project wall where the rats quote Dante and the gods don't call. Books get burnt in a block boy's trial, but the verses live on through a crooked smile. Papyrus torn by a dealer's rage. He inked his life on a tear-stained page. Son of a hustler, grandson of war, spoke truth so sharp that the script tore. The judge read songs with a blood-soaked gavel while the DA quote Cain as the case unraveled. My bars got locked in a Bible mine, hitting right where the sinners and the scribes align. I wrote codes that confessions can't kill, and the priest turned his collar when the block stood still. Every rhyme is a relic from a scholar with scars. Each line a cold case underneath the stars.
Blood drips slow in the holy scripts, where truth and sin make the pages flip.
Parchment cracked in a cell block frost where a lifer told tales of the lines he crossed. He said love is a ghost in a gangster's chest, and his verse held death in a whispered jest. The ink ran wild in a storm of guilt, and the scroll bled names that the silence built. One brother wrote hope, one carved hate, but the ending was signed by twist and fate.
Maybe
I saw
today.
prophets get framed by a crooked lens, and apostles sell bricks just to feed their friends. Even Judas wrote poems on the back of the coin where the punchline lies in the past rejoined. So I scribe like a monk with a razor tip, each word like a cut in a traitor's lip. Script flipped in the smoke of a dying breath, and the last stanza smiled in the face of death.
Blood drips slow in the holy scripts, where truth and sin make the pages flip.
Of fate, with a pen that forgives but remembers hate.
Hold your peace, though the fire come near. Speak with grace, even walk out here.
I know later today I got errands to run, but
they told me hold peace, like a blade in the mouth
today.
where the silence do harm and the meat get doused. I was raised on restraint in a world gone numb. Learn to tame wild truth with a civil tongue. Tongue slick like stone that the river don't wear, where the monks speak once and the wicked hear prayer. My bars don't shout, they inscribe and wait. Built in the storm but delivered in grace. I move like a psalm in the courtroom hush, like a chant round fire with a sermon to crush. I can lash but I bleed through a whispered vow that the word with control go on lived aloud. So I pen with a weight that the loud can't touch, every syllable laced with a venomous hush. They wage with the tongue but I war with breath, where the line between mercy and fire is death. Speak not to boast, speak not to burn, the civil tongue twist with the wise men learn. If truth must roar, let it rise in song, but the monk know when to hold it long.
damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. I died to a fucking noob.
Got scrolls in a voice that can fracture gold, but I temper that tone where the saints walk cold, where a whisper move more than a hammer swing, and the monks say less but the silence sting. They flex in the dark with a silver grin, but I weigh every word like original sin. My blade is a verse wrapped in velvet cloth. You won't see the strike till the crown fall off. I was taught by the flame to be still and bright, to speak soft truth that could blind with light. No need
for the war cry, mask a drum. Just ink in a breath and a civil tongue. Each rhyme is a thread in a robe of peace, but beneath is a fire that don't believe. So when I chant from the halls of the speechless few, no, it ain't what I said, it's what I knew. Speak not to boast, speak not to burn. The civil tongue twist what the wise men learn. If truth must roar, let it rise in song. But the monk know when to hold it long.
No names carved, no reach hung low. No names carved, the cold winds blow. Still they march with a cold wind, cold wind, cold wind, cold wind, cold wind.
No flags, no flame, just a boot in the dust where the sun don't shine and the soil smell must. They bled in the breach while the choir stayed mute. Now the song left hollow and the medals don't suit. Marching in the mud with a verse for the dead, where the monks spit songs they too scared to have said. I speak for the lost with a standard of sound. Every rhyme is a tombstone under the ground. They ain't getting no trumpet, no folded cloth, just a whisper in the wind where the brave got lost. They names not known, but the loophole wait like a bullet in the beat with a soldier's fate. Some die in silence, some live in war, some write scriptures on a blood-stained floor. I etch for the nameless, the dirt cake crawl, and those who stood tall but got no flag for fall.
No flags for the fallen, no stone, no light. They vanish in the rhythm of the long-lost fight. But their breath in the dust and their truth in the drum, and we carry their names when the silence comes.
The forgotten don't fade, they just loop unseen in the space between a beat where the ghosts convene. No glory in death when the page ain't turned, just smoke on the scroll where the lessons burn. I've been in the trench with a pen for a blade, writing hymns in the soup where the brave men laid. It's a hush in my chest when I rhyme for the lost. Every bar hold weight, every word got cost. I ain't march for applause, I chant for the crack, for the ones left behind with the sky gone black. I don't pledge to a flag that forgot my kin. I just build sacred tunes where the truth begin. Ain't no trumpet call when the dirt close in, but the drums still knock like a soul within. So I write in the wind with a voice like stone for the fallen that walk through this loop alone.
No flags for the fallen, no stone, no light. They vanish in the rhythm of the long-lost fight. But their breath in the dust and their truth in the drum, and we carry their names when the silence comes.
Don't speak just to speak, hold it like flame. Words can lift or curse a name.
Words hold weight like stone in the soul, like a seed in the mouth that can bloom or control. I seen them bend nations, I heard them split kin. One line from the tongue make the war begin. I move like a monk where the silence reign. Count syllables slow like a rosary chain. Each phrase is a blade, but I sheath it clean, cause a word misused turned peace obscene. They speak just to shine, but I speak to heal. Like a verse in the dark where the wounds reveal. Ain't no echo in empty noise, just dust. But the truth in a whisper could break your trust. So I write with a weight only scribes can lift. And I walk with a tongue like a tectonic shift. Not a rap, it's a right when I rhyme that deep. Like a vowel carved quiet in the bones of sleep.
Words hold weight, they rise, they fall, they build, they break, they bless, they also speak in truth, not pride or hate, cause even silence carries weight.
I done seen kings fall from a careless phrase, and a mother mend worlds with a psalm she prays. So I count each breath like a monk with bees. Let the verse pour slow till the soil can feed. Ain't no light in a word if the root ain't right. Just a flash in the sky with no heat or sight, but a line from the soul that can raise the land. Like the glyphs on stone from a sacred hand. I boast, I build with the bricks I speak. Every syllable cut from the mountain's peak. Each pause is a sermon, each line a gate that divide the divine from the shallow and fake. So I don't just rhyme my way, I measure, cause words don't vanish, they store forever. Like echoes in bone, like ink and fate. So I walk with a tongue that hold its weight.
No tick, no chime,
No hand that lands, just rhythm and rhyme. Your clocks with no
I rhyme like time, ain't got no spine. No tick, no talk, just a soul in line. Every bar like a fossil from a future past. When the echo still bloomed, though the moment passed. Ain't no wristwatch ruling how I spit this flame. I exist in a cipher with no given name. The minutes all melt in the verse I send. And the beat loop eternal with a crooked bend. Got a sundown mind, moon phase soul. Speak sermons in cipher, let the ages roll. Every rhyme etched slow like a stone tattoo. Like monks whisper truth in the morning dew. I don't write for now, I tried to miss. In the scroll with a fold at a time dismissed. So when the bell don't ring and the gear don't shift, let them find me, still chanting with a pen that drifts. Clocks with no hands, time with no shape. Still the rhythm lands, still the truth escapes. Right like the sky, speak like the sand. Eternal is the ink in a clock with no hands. Ain't no seconds on my session, just essence and breath. And the bars born clean from the echo of death. Got my cadence for monks, not machines or wires. Every rhyme lit slow like a wick on fire. In the cracks of the beat is the life I spit. With a post that refuse to obey or quit. They ask what time, I just point to the wind. Say the hour is a myth when the soul begin. Every loop is a sermon, every line a scar. I be moving through the dark like a ghost in the bar. Ain't no tick-tock tick, just a heart and drum. Where the rhyme unfold like the beat of a thumb. So if the clocks all break and the sky don't swing, still I write till the silence forgets to cling. Call me ageless, faceless, still I stand. Just a voice in the smoke with a mic in hand. Coughing in my van, it's time to go shit. Subliminal converse for your sooth escapes. Todo al estar, still not the same. Promitas caliente, jotar como lien.
The body breaks, but the ink will live. The flesh may fall, but the pain still gives.
I seen flesh fold quick like a prayer undone. Seen truth etched deep where the bloodstreams run. This body is scroll made of bruises and breath, but the words outlive what the skin forget. Every line that I pen got a scar in it, like a scripture survived through a war minute. They write for applause, I write for the tune. Where the choir holds secrets that the loud assume. I don't speak from the stage, I chant from the cave. Where the bones etch bars that the ink can't save. The hand grow weak but the scroll still flames. So I scribble like monks in a cell with shame. My spine bent heavy from the weight of the past, but my voice built strong like cathedral glass. And the beat is the pulse of the lives that slip. It's the bond between flesh.
Lash men and knees. Flesh will fade, but the page recall. Every wound, every rise, every sacred fall. Write it true.
Oh, the dentist, Dad?
This is so bound to flesh.
I was birthed in the dirt with a verse in hand. Learned to scribe my pain like a curse unplanned. The skin rot quick, but the word got legs. It run through the ages with the truth that begs. This tongue ain't mine, it's borrowed flame. Passed down from the lost who ain't carved no name. So I rhyme like a scribe with a death to dodge. Every breath I take get archived and lodged. I ain't built for the glitz, I was made to transcribe. From the smoke of the soul where the echoes scribe. The mind might bend, but the vow's still tight. And I carve my gospel in the fog of night. So when the bones go brittle and the skin dismiss, I'll remain in the margins of the monk's abyss. Still chanting in rhythm where the veil got split. Where forever exists in the flesh a manuscript.
Flesh will fade, but the page recall. Every wound, every rise, every sacred fall. Write it true, let the silence live. This is so bound to flesh.
And man just speak through the mask, a voice from the deep. The sun begins while the righteous sleep.
This ain't rap, it's scripture from the shadows, carved in the bone where the cold wind battles. Truth ain't bright, it drips slow in alleys. Masked up, speak like a monk in the valleys. Wrote verse in the dark where the saints don't tread. Sermon for the crooked and the halfway dead. Steel face mirror, what the world won't see. A prayer in reverse on a cracked SP. No light, no praise, just jazz in the void. Horn loop crack like a trust destroyed. This for the loners, the roamers, the strays. The kids with cassette decks and 10,000 grays. It's doctrine, not a verse, poured from pain. Each bar song through the acid rain. See the ink don't run, it burns through scroll. Villain talk calm, but he ain't for the soul.
Still mask sermon, he don't preach for applause. He speak for the fallen outside the laws. Steel mask sermon, no altar, no light. He walks through the silence, turns wrong into right.
Ain't no gospel, just gravel and bass. A scroll made of ash wrapped tight in the case. The booth ain't a pulpit, it's a tomb with a spark. He rhyme with the dead where the daylight don't park. Blessed are the mass, for they see what's hid. From the whisper in the vinyl to the sins of a kid. Each breath is a scripture, each bar's a bell that tolls for the liars who made heaven hell. Sermon in cipher, looped in decay. They sold y'all glitter, he moved in the clay. Dug deep through the crates like a monk on a quest. Found God in a snare, devil tucked in the rest. No claps, no choir, no cross, no stage. Just steel and rage in a smoky cage. He don't rap for your praise, he speak for the grime. Steel mask sermon, echoing through time.
Steel mask sermon, he don't preach for applause. He speak for the fallen outside the laws. Steel mask sermon, no altar, no light. He walks through the silence, turns wrong into right.
Between the bars,
Gears keep turning, the smoke don't sleep. The saints get swallowed where the grind runs deep. Oh Lord, the silence don't lie. In the jaws of the steel, even prayer can die.
Born where the black smoke coil in the rafters, where the psalm meets the pipe wrench, breathing disaster, cold blade whispering mechanical pulses, soul grip tight like industrial vultures. Every thought get crushed in the vice of sin. Monk in the meat grind, the fight in the spin. Chant through steel with a rustic composure. Gears scream truth to the mass take over. Phantom in the foundry, script on the furnace. Sermons through suit while the curses resurface. Wrenches in rhythm, I rhyme in debris. Each word is a spark where the saints can't see. No peace in the grindhouse, faith get chopped. Hope turn ash in the vast will it stop. Still I speak fluent in the clang of fate. Spill bars in the teeth for the heavy gate.
In the grind, in the flame, they twist your name till it don't sound the same. You pray, you bleed, you fight to breathe, but the grinder don't sleep, the grinder don't leave.
Iron lung lyricist, coughing and cold, with lungs full of smoke from the prayers I told. Wheels keep turning like sins on repeat. The drum loop crooked like the cobble in the street. Every spark from the chain is a gospel curse. They bend halos till they drip in reverse. I seen monks fold in the vice of they vow. Slaves to the rhythm of the meat grinder howl. Scripture and shavings, blood in the beat. No rest for the blessed when the teeth still eat. I spit for the souls that got caught in the gears. For the truth that echoes through dust you years. Call it penance and percussion. Doom in the kick, revolving like pistons in a clockwork grip. I don't scream. I etch silence in the steel. Black moat monk with a scroll that kill.
In the grind, in the flame, they twist your name till it don't sound the same. You pray, you bleed, you fight to breathe, but the grinder don't sleep, the grinder don't leave. Gil never sparks, the monk rather speaks again.
In smoke and spell, he brews the word. Herbs and hexes unseen, unheard.
Drip from the chalice, alchemy and cadence. Flip a verse backwards, it still feel ancient. Whispers in glass jars, monk chants and fragrance. Words laced in sage brewed straight from patience. Slang from the apothecary, tongue turned gold. Sold in the alley where the lost ones fold. Hooked on the bars like a rare root blend. He rhyme in tinctures, truth sip no end. Smoke curl clockwise, cipher in a cauldron. Wrote spells nightly in a room with no margin. Black market sermon with a lotus in the flask. Through syllables slow flow in a voice rap mask. Tongue like mercury, slide through the scroll. Brief made a myrrh with a verse in the bowl. He ain't spit raps, he decant prophecies. Pour 'em through wax, loop back oddities.
He walks through smoke where the secrets mix. Herbs and hexes in every fix. Potions of rhyme in the bottles he throws. One sip of truth and your third eye grows.
Aromatics in the attic, tobacco meets lotus. Lyrics aged oak, soaking ancient focus. Verse like a spell book, crush mint syntax. He cook with no fire, just loops and pitch cracks. Skull cap Valerian, calm through the snares. He chop up the root with a 1,000-yard stare. Cypher turned hazy, he vanished mid-verse. Left a flask on the booth full of soul and curse. Code in the spores, bar map in the mold. He flip herbs in the verbs, rap bold and gold. Still move underground, no name, no signage. Each bar brooding around with no time edge. Capsule the message in the ginseng fold. Mug work rhythm, every rhyme got soul. Mix muggy metaphors in a pestle of beats. And lace each potion with truths they can't delete.
He walks through smoke where the secrets mix. Herbs and hexes in every fix. Potions of rhyme in the bottles he throws. One sip of truth and your third eye grows.
Love hit us off, but the sound remains. Ashes on the vinyl, echoes in the grain.
Ashes on the vinyl, ghost in the spin. Loop cracked slow like the breath wore thin. Heard a lost voice hum from the basement crate. A brew from a soul that time couldn't sedate. Mask on the mantle, verse in decay. Real hiss whispering the things he won't say. Old wax warbled, memories bleed. Every pop and hiss is a prayer in need. Tapes in the shoebox, labels half torn. Forgotten B-sides where the sorrow was born. Needle dig deep in the spine of the wax. Resurrect beats from the ash with the raps. Mortar and melody, dust in the seam. Crates smell like grief in a half-lived dream. He ain't rhyme for applause, it was more like rites. Funeral of time in the booth most nights.
Ashes on the vinyl, songs of the dead. He rhymes in the silence that lives in your head. Ashes on the vinyl, prayers unsaid. Loop like a circle, never misled.
Fingers on the wax like a seance chant. Speak through the static when the world can. Lost tapes hum from the shelf unseen. Or the pain pressed slow in the black machine. Every record got ghosts, some chant, some cry. Some just whisper while the years drift by. Syllables scatter in the dust of the booth. He rhymed like a mourner who been robbed of youth. Clock tick warped, he bend time in halves. 1 foot in the past, other ghost in the grass. Might smell like incense, booth like a tomb. First flow faint in a cold back room. Heard the loop life, then loop it again. Each pop in the vinyl like a long lost friend. So we rhyme not to live but to haunt the air. Ashes on the vinyl, still spinning there.
Ashes on the vinyl, songs of the dead. He rhymes in the silence that lives in your head. Ashes on the vinyl, prayers unsaid. Loop like a circle, never misled.
Take off with the world on his shoulder blade. Each step a name that the borders made.
Scrolls on my spine, I bear earth in my stance. Write your names in the wind that the globe won't glance. Each rhyme a terrain they was told ain't real, but the map got gaps where the wounds won't heal. I ink coastlines from the blood of the bold. Draw nations where the buried kept stories untold. No compass, just memory, the monks did chant in the language of fire that the rulers can. I seen borders break, seen flags rewrite, heard truth sink deep in colonial night. But I walk with the silence, rewrite the scroll with a verse that restore what the tyrant stole. Ain't no crown in my march, just mud on boot, and a map made of pain that the lies refute. Still I chart through the echoes, scribe through the fog with a soul full of lands that ain't in the log. Like Atlas, walking wide through flame, carving truth on the back of pain. They erase, but he draw again. Each beach ball world with the lost men's names. My globe don't spin on a colonist stand. It revolve around the rhythm of a deeper land, where the mountains moan and the rivers grieve, and the sun don't shine on the ones who leave. Our whole oceans of struggle and the metaphors bend. Land mass of the past that the maps won't send. Speak coastlines coded in ancestral thread. You can hear lost cities in the things I said. Ain't no atlas built for the path I tread, so I draw from the soul where the cart's gone dead. I chart with a beat, I survey with breath. I map for the fallen at the globe forget. They designed the design to deny our truth, but I rhyme with a spine full of buried proof. So when the ink starts spilling, the loop rotate. It's the world of the monk that I reinstate. Black.
When the fire fades and the wind don't shift, all that's left is stone and script.
I leave what I lived in a line well placed, chiseled thought in the stone where the time erased. Script in the silence, dust in the frame. Still I walk through the smoke, calling out no name. Ain't no gold on the tongue, just truth on breath. Each bar carved slow like a vow to death. I've been where the ink met blood on scrolls, where the story don't bend and the prayer unfolds. I ain't chase no light, just follow the lamp through halls where the lost still whispering damp. Script don't scream, it's sit and wait till the mind catch flame and the soul translate. Stone hold weight, but the script hold more, cause the tongue can rise when the flesh hit floor. So I rhyme like a monk with a bell that crack, and I walk with the echoes that don't come back.
Stone may stand, but the
Wasn't
script
even
still
paying
speaks.
attention.
When the
Shit.
voice is gone and the body weak, write it true, let the silence lift. All we are is stone and script.
Ain't no fame in the echo, no crown in ash. Just a soul trying to scribble for the moments past. I seen what they praise, I seen what decay. So I plant in the verse what I can't repay. Every lesson I lost, I recite in breath. Every page that I turn held a form of death. But I rhyme like it matter, like it etched in clay. Like a psalm sung low in the break of day. Ain't no last bar, just a still heartbeat. Just a hush where the sky and the shadows meet. So if you feel my voice when the drums go still, it's the stone in the script that the time can't kill.
Written fire on walls unseen, the truth is hidden between the seams. Invisible ink to those who see.
Scroll sealed tight in a cipher fold. Ink don't stain, just glows when the story's told. He wrote in the dark, no pen, just breath. Truth coded deep in the curve of death. Sanskrit slang with a monk's precision. Each line prisoned in a lost transmission. Script flipped like blades through ancient maps, where the silence hums loud in the vinyl gaps. Verses etched on the backs of dreams, only seen by those with cracked sunbeams. Truth in the tremble of a jazz loop cry, decoded in smoke for the needle goes dry. They thought it was rap, nah, this was glyphs. Dug from the pit where the parable ships. He ain't spit for applause or the public drink. He wrote for the wise and invisible
You
ones.
won't see the words, but they're always there. In the break of the loop, in the breath of the air. Invisible ink for the soul to think. Truth ain't written, it's felt in the blink.
Cold in the chorus, ghost in the margins. Each line bloom like a glyph in the guard. He'd a rhyme for the ear, but the third eye sight in a negative space where wrong feels right. Books bound shut with invisible thread, with prophets speak quiet from the vinyl bed. The beat crackle like a lost scroll weeping. Each snare a knock from the realm that's sleeping. Heard the cosmos cough in a true bar loop. Decoded the stars and the breaks in the swoop. A monk in the mix with a mask full of lore. He wrote truth sideways on a trapdoor floor. No hook, no fame, no crowd to sing. Just bars that vanish in invisible ink. So read through the silence, rhyme through the smoke. This scripture's alive even when it broke.
You won't see the words, but they're always there. In the break of the loop, in the breath of the air. Invisible ink for the soul to think. Truth ain't written, it's felt in the blink.
Jumbo Jigger. Jesus, yeah. Hey yo, it's like the block talk to me, no? Every crack in the pavement got a memory. Let me tell you how it goes.
I got visions of 95 bricks sweat in the summer where the thunder ain't from clouds but clicks clicking in numbers. Fiends mumble prayers over needles and alleys.
Big one,
while the
and
liquor stores flood dreams like tidal valleys. The roaches play tag on the countertop. Pops left, so the Glock became the counterblock.
mask
Study
to
scars
wear.
like scriptures, recite them with pride. Even angels in my hood keep a blade on the side. Shorty playing dice with his back to the light. You either roll sevens or vanish out of sight overnight. Graffiti sermons on the train car's chest. Every tag a manifesto, every breath a test. Still hear the echoes of the corner preachers talking revelations surrounded by leeches. Hope diluted in a 40-ounce flask, trying to outrun fate wearing yesterday's mask. City dreams and smoke. We build them in the dark with a siren choke. And the sky never cries with the concrete spoke. It's the only gospel my bro ever wrote. I scribble sonnets in my head, ducking D's on the steps where the echoes of revolvers keep repeating regrets. My man lost his freedom over hustles too raw. Night philosophized through his jailhouse call. I knew a queen named Hope used to braid her pain. So the system gave her numbers, not a lasting name. Why the mayor post claim he's at the generational glitch? Nice smell of gun oil on a stale ambition, and the crooked grin of fate played a mortician. Every verse is a flare shot of pitch black. Every bar's a mirror when my city fights back. Project windows like movie frames and rewind. Same scene, different faces lost to the grind. It ain't just rap, it's all cobble blood on wax. True story sealed tight between the cracks. I've been silent in crowds, loud in my thoughts, fought wars with a pen that the shadows brought. Every rhyme I write got a vein exposed, a confession in cold where the pain still grows. Never cared for the glitter or the crown on shelf. I just rhyme cause it's safer than being myself. When the world too sharp, I retreat and pad. Tell a page what I couldn't even speak to dad. Sometimes I wonder if I'm ghost and frame, if the life that I'm living just a stage, a name. But the ink don't lie, the trip was real. More honest than I ever let my face reveal. They call it art, but for me it's breath. It's the slow exhale that kept me from death. Ain't no fiction in the wounds I drew. The only truth I trust is the ink that blew. I wrote through grief, wrote through drought. When the words dried up, I just wrote them out. Had a friend lose faith, had a cousin fade, but I bled those bars like a quiet crusade. Every rhyme was a prayer, I ain't know I prayed. Every loop was a loop where the guilt replayed. Ain't no filter, no stunt, no script, no shield. Just a verse in the wind where the soul revealed. If I leave with nothing but these pages torn, know I gave what I had when the mask was worn. And I never been healed by the fame or cheer, only healed by the words that I wrote in fear. So this last bar ain't a ball, it's a bruise. It's the mark of the monk when he walked through blues. And if they ever ask what the silence knew, tell them every line, the ink bleeds true.
Make this account into a Gmail. That's boring. Pking on this account.
Your favorite movies and TV are on YouTube. Press play on something new.
Are there?
Check the scenario with 8th grade class. Cause nowadays kids, they grow up fast. But not little Johnny, cause he was in the books and never took the time to hang out with the crooks. When he's at home, he used to read out loud. You know, the kind of child that makes a mama feel proud. The smallest of his brothers, kinda like a runt. The kids in school used to call him a cunt. His daddy got killed in a barroom fight. He's down on his knees and said a prayer every night. And one day, walking home from school with his book bag, roll a car full of cholos with the big mag. Shots got fired that day, and Johnny got hit with the goddamn stray. Now why does it happen that way, Holmes, I ask you? All we got left is a picture on a casket. All the way to heaven, 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 all the way to heaven, heaven can't wait. All the way to heaven, 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 all the way to heaven, heaven can't wait. Once upon a time, a long time ago, lived a woman from the ghetto that they called the hoe. 9 months pregnant with $1,000 bounty. She had a baby on the floor of the county. She smoked rock and you could see all the nervousness. The doctor called the child protection services. She had crack in her jeans. I hate to see a baby hooked up to machines. And if you had to see it, it might make you fall. To hear a 3-day baby going through withdrawal, screaming at the top of her lungs all the time. On the 8th day I saw the screen flatline. All the way to heaven, 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 all the way to heaven, heaven can't wait. All the way to heaven, 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 all the way to heaven, heaven can't wait. All the way to heaven, 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 all the way to heaven, heaven can't wait. All the way to heaven, 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 all the way to heaven, heaven can't wait. A 6-year-old girl gets raped, sodomized, then videotaped. Damn, for 13 years she hid it. It really fucked her up because her grandpa did it. So now she gotta find a way out. And the streets was the logical route. She's down on her luck. She found herself stuck in the back of a truck getting fucked for a buck. But listen, the pimp was all take, no giving. She sold that ass for a living. A man rolled up in a Benz with chains and whips and a whole lot of ends. Are you looking for some action? Cause I'm a specialist in human satisfaction. Oh yeah, one more thing to take note. He cut her from a belly button up to a throat. All the way to heaven, 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 all the way to heaven, heaven can't wait. All the way to heaven, 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 all the way to heaven, heaven can't wait. All the way to heaven, 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 all the way to heaven, heaven can't wait. All the way to heaven, 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 all the way to heaven, heaven can't wait. Out of towns where the shit went down. Shells on the ground and people standing all around. Looking at a 6-year-old kid who got hit, knowing this boogie was the target. And things gotta change on the streets. As I look at the body, I see blood seeping through the sheets. And gangbangers need their ass kicked. Cause there's a mother right now out shopping for a casket. Cause the gun was in the hand of a child. Instead of in school, he was out acting wild. And he was down for his clique. Out
on the street, he got his parents worried sick. He got one time knocking at the door. Take him out in cuffs, mama's crying on the floor. And on the other side of town, a baby gets lower than the ground, man. Yeah.
Mama's crying, children dying, living life so old, but you're still so young. Understanding all the problems of this world. So cold, stone cold, stone cold.
A full moon was out when them fools rolled by. A shotgun blast lit up the sky. They jumped Tiny in the clique that night, and he was down for some shit that night. A 44 mag, a stolen Jag, and somebody's gonna catch a body bag. And oh, did I mention, don't come through the hood with the wrong intention. He rode up they street, another little vato 6 feet deep. And now he's up in the pen, wondering who I am and when and who's his friend. And he's driving his mama insane. Yeah, she's sick, but she still goes miles on the train to visit his ass in jail. Yesterday, Tiny hung himself in his house.
Mama's crying, children dying, living life so old, but you're still so young. Understanding all the problems of this world. So cold, stone cold, stone cold.
Mama did her best to raise me right. She worked day and night, but still got the fight of losing a third son, cause 2 went down. And if she had some money, she would leave this town. But she stuck in a factory, man, damn. I hate to see the blisters on her hand. And Pops left back in 73. But if he comes back, he got to deal with me. He probably don't know the 2 of his sons fell victim to handguns. And mommy, she be working like a slave, right? And Sunday, she took a few flowers to the gravesite. And here I am hanging on the streets. A shot rang out in the summer heat. My body got numb, my throat was dry. The last thing I heard was my mama's cry.
Mama's crying, children dying, living life so old, but you're still so young. Understanding all the problems of this world. So cold, stone cold, stone cold. So much pain, so much sorrow, tears falling from your eyes when your brother dies. What's going on?
The Mexicano, sin de garra. The killer empire, straight from the coming against Captone. If you keep running up, and I don't care if you're big or small, one crazy Mexican homie's taking it all. The LSD has now resurrected, and fuck you motherfuckers who just disrespected. Playing with the money, playing with the emotions, but this time tomorrow you'll be floating in the ocean. Excellent coca, collecting all ends. I'll never do business with my ops again. I've been in this game for 8 years and shit. It's time to get paid with your beers and shit. Your money talks and bullshit walks, and we don't stop till the casket drops. Isn't it the same? You poop those we used to walk with, blow out your brains and sit, keep cruising. So what you gonna do when I come and punch ya? The Mexicano, so what you gonna do when I come and punch ya? If your bars ain't in order, LSD, you're fucking up. A month of the bone with simple probation. Dirty piss test took me back to the station, back to the county. All these niggas around me, calling me a wetback, homie trying to clown me. Once again, I'm in the hole they take. Motherfuckers taking shit and say I'm gonna shake. So keep through, Charlie, I'm a thief in the night. I'll creep to your bucket, homie, and take your life. And since I'm too deep, so you can't compete, you're losing the battle and you're losing the street. Straight Mexican assassins keeping you low. SSS from a threat set, putting in word. The Mexicano, sin de cara. The Mexicano, the Mexicano, sin de cara. The Mexicano, the Mexicano, sin de cara. The Mexicano, sin de cara.
We be reppin' that brown, we be reppin' that brown, we be reppin' that brown, deep down S.A. town. We be reppin' that brown, we be reppin' that brown, we be reppin' that brown, deep down S.A. town.
Step boy traps and I'm back once again with the strap cocked back. It's that throw Mexican out the hood where I stay. CMA mob, we don't play. Traps and Watts, packing K's on Ingram Street where we slang. In that brown flag I bang. Yeah, bitch, I rep it. I got extended clip for any tricks who disrespect it. My flow's infected. I spit the ill shit with the beam on the tip, so it makes the kill quick. Out my home where I roam, reppin' brown, sand and tone with the spur on the neck. It's the G to the 40 horn till the day that I die. S.A. towns where I ride. I'ma keep this shit live and make money till I die.
We be reppin' that brown, we be reppin' that
dead
brown,
there.
we be reppin' that brown, deep down S.A. town. We be reppin' that brown, we be reppin' that brown, we be reppin' that brown, deep down in S.A. town.
Trapping around, coming around. I got the Glock with the round. Hollow tip to make your frown. Lay you down, shut 'em what? How we do? I rep my block, I rep my hood, I rep my city, rep my color. It be brown, yeah, that's hood. Yeah, I be soldier camouflage, bitch, what you about? You don't wanna see us boys dirty in the South. Blow your mind out for talking about the wrong color. We don't give a fuck, bitch, I'm posted with my hood brothers. I be chillin' with the Watts and that boy is Kid Curse and that boy hit man. Damn, they murder the worst, check it out. Boys know we packing up artillery. You don't wanna see us, bitch, we straight military. G's in the streets, brown reppin' and it's hot. We don't give a fuck, bitch, we throw it down for our pride.
We be reppin' that brown, we be reppin' that brown, we be reppin' that brown, deep down in S.A. town. We be reppin' that brown, we be reppin' that brown, we be reppin' that brown, deep down in S.A. town.
We be reppin' that brown, throw your flags in the air. Hold it down for S.A. town, 2-0 in the hood. Let's keep it understood. We got the yayo, got that dro, you know what it's all about. That girl, we all about the cheddar. We make the rhyme better, we make it a little slower, so we chop it up and sweater on the hood. We stay throw, we always getting lit, getting blown and sipping brew, looking like a wizard. Move around, homeboy. You wanna bring the drama, bring your gat, bring your baby, baby mama, bring your wife with the juice. So. It's Mr. Criminal, ladies. This track right here.
Fucking A, man. I'm getting wrecked today.
Dedicated to you. Love letters part 2. Yeah. Excuse me, huh? I can't let you get away. Take a cruise in a Chevrolet. Let me know I'm on my way. Excuse me, huh? I wanna know if you're down.
Need to get myself a Vesta set. That's what I'm working towards. I don't know if I should just be a noob and fucking
I promise I will never leave. Now this is for the ladies, them
girls. It's something for the honeys
Cheapo
when you roll
Depot.
around town. All them ladies looking lovely. It's the summertime again. The weather's feeling sunny, dedicated to them ladies. Love letters too. Bump me when you rolling with your man, all feeling in love. Or you could bump it with your girls on the way to the club. Either way, it's all love. Either way, it's all good. Got nothing but love for girls that bump my shit in the hood. I got some love letters for you. Can I dedicate them to you sincerely, Mr. Criminal? Baby girl, I wanna move you any way that I can. Anyways, that's my plan. Trying to find some ways to make you smile. Can I be your man? About to hit the studio. Trying to follow all my paths according to love letters too. For all my female fans, it's dedicated to them ladies. Straight from Mr. Criminal, love letters, numero dos. Excuse me, I can't let you
Grab
get
a dub
away.
it.
Take a cruise in a Chevrolet. Let me know I'm on my way. Excuse me, I wanna know if you're down, baby. I wanna love you all around. Excuse me, can I come by and see you? Maybe take you out after please you. Excuse me, I promise I will never leave. Yeah, love. So now I'm cruising with a fine lady by my side. Nothing but beauty is now the aura filling up my ride. Loving the scent. What's the name of that perfume? And that lip gloss on your lips is looking so smooth. All I wanna do is make some sweet love. Tell me, baby girl, have you ever rolled with a thug? We can kiss, we can hug, we can make a little love. We can warm up the water and put some bubbles in the tub. Matter of fact, baby girl, we can do whatever you wanna do. Lead the way, baby girl, trust me, I will follow you. Body like a bottle with a face like a model too. Every day with you feels like I won the lottery too. Cause you're worth that much. Put your lips on Mr. Criminal, how you get that touch? And baby, we can get away, we can go and play. Baby girl, just set the day. Excuse me, I can't let you get away. Take a cruise in a Chevrolet. Let me know I'm on my way. Excuse me, I wanna know if you're down, baby. I wanna love you all around. Excuse me, excuse me,
Yeah, it's just so much shit, I can't let it go. Creeping in the fucking field across the street from the Texas. Foolish traps at my back and we catch it from the chest. I'm a motherfucker and your fucking mama's next. Drop the drip a motherfucker to the motherfucking knees. I got the keys to your car, I got the cardiac keys. So when you step to us, prepare to fucking die. Smoky fucking lungs cause I don't wanna hear a cry. Nutcase is the shit rolling 24 deep. Caught your ass slipping in the motherfucking sleep. We got the fucking weapons in the motherfucking back. White sample shirts and a nutcase hat. Half ounce in my pocket and I'm ready to clam. Slang your little brother for another half ounce. So how's the motherfucking status, bitch? I don't know, smoking an ounce at the rap scene, motherfucker.
Scrub gear and I kill a guy that easily.
Hit the motherfucking baseline, drop me off at the corner street thinking, and knowing damn well that I'm gonna be
Tier 8.
because of that.
Come on, tier 8, baby. Give me something good.
I figured I could creep to the side with the place where the dip got the 6-inch blade wrapped up all up on my hip. Don't slip, the first one that left on. Not knowing that you're about to get stepped on the grass, grab my brass, rated X, grab the 32 with the extra stash as I dash through the cut, not giving a fuck. A-bomb throwing up with much gut, and don't try to take advantage because I manage, leaving punk motherfuckers in the hospital bandage. And your folks don't fight me, it's A-bomb and Whitey, crazy motherfucking night.
Right down, nigga. One ball. Point mil. Stupid up.
My ass It's up early as fuck around 6. Passing the pipe, who got the light? You wanna hit this? Cause bomb ass hits in the morning's what I need. So I
Quiet.
reach to my pocket and grab my sack of
Quiet
weed. I
down.
put all that shit away, jump in the shower. Freeze down my dickies.
What are you
be
barking
30 in the
about,
hour. But all of a
crazy
sudden, my
boy?
homie Scoopy from the MV rose up in the Bobcat with the OZ. Ways to sitting passenger. So I guess I'm in the back with fat ass bows to be packed out the sack. On the hit, pick up my homie Felony while we bumping that A-bomb shit and LSD. So now we might be 40 deep, but keeping it low top because the pigs still might sweat the guy root shot. No worrying, I look at the top as I sit back. I'm wondering if we could roast in his kit back. And so we stop at a ditch, packed a couple more bows now, took you flip a fucking bitch. And now we're all on our ways, got much to blaze, done smoked around swell, fat ass J's. So by the time we hit the stop sign, fat turning, put away the lighter, cause the cherry's still burning. Got out the pack, got through the gate, I got in, talked to my carnation, was it just to see? What the fuck's poppin'? What's up, what's going on? Spooky's in the fun with the Bobcat. Got a sack full of, let's go. Alright, let me just show you my hand and we'll be out. Alright.
Fucking chubs.
Reached in my pocket, grabbing as the eye make, wiping all the fucking hair off my head. I just shaved, threw on my tank top and some Dove mug, my Uzi E sweater and some blue dickies. Homie at the door with the 20 plus they kicking. Peanut on his wind with the air fresh in this cricket. Went to the back to blaze up a bowl. Can't stay here for long, got somewhere to go. Peace out to the homies and I peace out my moms. Joining down the fucking street cruise with
Fucking
my
A, man. Fuck that kid. Fucking hate that kid.
in case I slant, they see a ball motherfucker with a bow and they trip. I finally hit baseline, making a left, taking off my fucking sweater with the case on my chest. High rolling on number that my brother had on my chest. So I hit the destination, the payphone of all picked up that motherfucker dialed his call. Just got the message. Just got the message. So, just got the message. So, just got the message. Yeah. Just got the message. Just got the message. So, yeah. Just got the message. So, just got the message. Yeah, stepping in the amp, mobbing down my block, running up on busters, creating havoc. Three-wheel motion when I'm coasting, window static. The amp's getting hot. I'm the fool you don't want none. Old enough to drive, so I'm sitting shotgun. Windows roll down, you hear me coming for block. System thumps and the rims got the knock-offs. Fully strapped, raise the roof for the bass spot. Leaning to the side, hit switches in the drop top. Then the house catch a glimpse of the day ends, floating in the low rider, cruising every segment. Stay locked down, cause my homies get they smoke on. Buzzing off a sack, so I had to put my lokes on. Hoodie keeping props, the A is the bomb. I take these bitches in my ride, cause I'm known to get it on. With my style rough and rugged when I'm buzzing off bomb hits. But Mexicans like us, you know we're coming with the drop shit. Bomb hits from the Amp City. Bomb hits from the Amp City. Bomb hits from the Amp City. When I drop my shit, my whole clique come and jump in. Slap on the wet, get ice and cool spoons, won't say nothing. The capital W to the motherfucking S. The dark part of the west side, I'm tossing
and all that stress. So yes, you best need to get the fuck home. Cause off the cast of the hand on the trigger, you get bucked on. And every day you happen to catch somebody slipping, you may be the next one, I'll leave your sorry ass limping. Amping, that's my game, now I push it. At those other fuck motherfucking busters, how I do shit. And when I roll 4 deep in the Monte Carlo. I pull up on your ass in the Carlo. Show your ass you can't hang with my thing. Feeling like the fuck some shit up from all that smoke in my brain. So blame made bomb when you ask for another hit of the Mexican fully strapped mob you can't fuck with.
Bomb hits from the Amp City. Bomb hits from the Amp City. Bomb hits from the Amp City. The bomb hits from the Amp City.
Fucking A, man.
Just on my way, I'm out feeling okay with a fat ass J. And I'ma start my day for rushing straight to the freezer. Because there's plenty of many for old left from last night. I guess I didn't crash right for getting my quick buzz on. And yes, I was on a mission. But now I'm gonna kick it through o'clock in the morning, bitches sleeping. Getting fucked up on every single day of the weekend. Cause that's the type of shit I like to do. Pack a couple more bowls and roll a line, you in a few. Cause fool, what the fuck did you think? Too much to drink. I slanted like a champ, blowing out much smoke. But watch out for those chronic chokes. Because my homie hoes with the fucking low. So hold that shit in because that's the ticket. Me and my homies on the everyday ticket. And I'll be strolling. Hell yeah, I'll be bumping. Say what? Yeah, just say bye. Yeah. Just say bye. So what's up to my homie Peanut in the game? Little knockout bitch to have a sex slang. And I got bones and some tang, but fuck the rest, just enough for a couple 32s to the chest. And yes, I see a lot of fine bitches, a lot of shit to do when I'm calling up the crew. Sud, I pour a little out for the homies, then done rolled up my bud. Sack in the back, enjoying my high, no worries. In a hurry, eyes fucking blurry. Across the street, mobbing down baseline with a couple more ends and say what's up to all my friends. Look behind, I'm sporting that San Bernardino hat. And when the El Camino react as it's bumping with the fucking needle razor, cause I'll be on my way with the blaze out full and I'll be strolling.
Fucking high risk soon.
Say what? Yeah. Just say bye. Yeah. Just say bye. Straight strolling. The nitty gritty. It's a stone cold world and an even worse city. And if you ever want a trip, I got an automatic Uzi with a filled up clip. So come take a trip through the hood with me. You might be surprised at what you see. Like Flacco sniffing up the coca. Or a bitch who suck your dick for a rock, we call her loca. A little kid throwing up gang signs. Standing on the corner selling nickels and dimes. I'm rolling by and I'm hitting my switch. And if you talk this shit, then I'm flipping a bitch. And hopping out the ride with the automatic toy. Chains and backs and a whole lot of homeboys. And we all straight G's. The name is AOT. AOT, and don't fuck with these. These mess, Oh yeah, I'm rolling through the streets in a stolen van. Who is the man with the master plan? The mean motherfucker, straight gin. The one with the gun in the fucking museum. And the tracks is getting tossed out. And if you're writing your name on the wall, it's getting crossed out with a R.I.P. next to it. I know you'd even think that I would, but I do it. It's a trip, better not slip. Run for your gun as I make the hits. Your ship just shake, I just go blink. And if you come through my hood, you better bring the tank. So fuck all the master rays, cause AOT killed more fools than AIDS. It's a sickness, I do it with the quick disease. The name is AOT, so don't fuck with these. These nuts. Oh, these nuts. Yeah. You just want a trip to the Wild Wild West. Hotel accommodations where they're getting the best. So 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, Glock. The undercover clock just moved up the block. I can go psycho like Norman Bates and make a motherfucker see the pearly gates. I'm gonna pump your ass with a pound of lead. The Zach Tiny, Unknown, or Calvin Cade. I got busted in and said freeze. And if I smoke his ass, I'm on to sell CB. But if I let him live and try to be positive, the greatest will love me, that paycheck's ugly. Boom, he falls through the ground. He's beaten from the mouth and he's making a fucked up sound. And then I'm gone with the wind like a breeze. The name is AOT, so don't fuck with me.
Well,
Yeah.
Jeff, that's Chris.
right there.
We're gonna lose power for an hour or so.
We are. Oh, I have an appointment at 1, Dad.
Come on, if I have to drive him around.
I'll be fine, yeah.
Need to call a power company, I got the number.
Because I can throw down on a fly night gown. The pussy patrol and I'm on the stroll. And how many women like it nice and slow? Hell no, rough and rugged, like when you're in a fight. The name is AOT, and I could do it all night. All night.
You wanna get it? Can I give you some?
No.
You want some? Take some.
No, we're good.
I'll take it.
Straight to the source, gotta stay on course because the man gets more loving than an old racehorse. So girl, hold it steady, was it Backstreet Betty? Cause I treat the thing like confetti when I'm ready. So don't get a smack and come right back because I cut no slack when I'm on the attack. I'm at my peak, I had 12 last week. I signed my autograph on the left butt cheek. From the neighborhood streets, classy or rich, the Holiday Inn or the Motel 6.
We're over about how long? 15 minutes or
10, 15 minutes.
All right, I'll let it know.
I'm ready, come and get it. I'm just about to hit it. The S on the chest means I'm proud that I did it. She's not that bright, but the pussy was tight. The name is AOT, and I can do it all night. Back it up, flip it, and top hand swing it. I never been a bigot, so the white girls dig it. They never had to pay me. I know they couldn't fade me. I'm radical, bitchin', so give it to me, baby. A bag full of tricks, full of chains and whips. I make them do the splits when my hip bone hits. So stay on track, and yo, who's the Mac? And if the old man's right, they never go back. Snatch them up and keep them like an old stamp collection. Section in the section of love and affection. The friction, the static, the bitch is erratic. Fuck a waterbed because I need a Craftmatic. And what up, low? Yo, I'm about to poke. And yo, the kitty cat purrs with a nice firm stroke. And as I look around, there's not a girl in sight. It's time to catch some Z's cause I did it to my mom.
Take it back. Take it back. Yeah. Take it back. Take it back. I take you back in my past. I used to live life fast. And yo, it wasn't shit to let the 38 blast. I had it going on with the bitches and hoes too. You come to think about it, so did my whole crew. We bumped the old school jam from the East Coast. We was the baddest Mexicans out of East Los. Back in the days, many crews got crushed. It seems every night me and my homies got rushed. But we never backed down, even if we got beat down. We came back next week to the same town, and we was ready for them. But they still figured that they could do it, so Tiny pulled a steel trigger. I had a 38 special, not an AK. As we sped away, Tony G was on payday. Mama told me, yo, Al, you better change your ways, and I'ma take you way back in the days, and I'ma take it back. Yeah. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back. Back in 83, we hit the party like 15 deep. I kept the chrome in my jacket so nobody would creep. Rapping on the instrumental side, while Julio G made the crossfade glide. Yo, I always had to carry me a half pint. Sipping it and slurring on the mic all night. My homie Tiny always had my back, and a trained pit bull that was trained to attack. And then I cracked the 40 and it's some. Yo, tip the 40 and it's gone. Then I might trip on an ex-freak, and I always had a flyer for a party on the next week. I see my girl and I surprise her, holding up the wall with some lokes and a tall can of Budweiser. Puffing on the joint cause nobody smoked crack. And I'ma take it to the days of way back. Yeah. Take it back.
Damn.
Take it back. Take it back. Yeah. Me and my primo, we was rolling drop, and we was dodging the cops cause we was looking for the crew spot. Rolling in a 6 deuce. I'm a target cause Mexicans never had a gang truce. Hit the spot and it's dark. My primo said park, then we bailed out a 62 Skylark. Yeah, this vato rolled up where you from, home. I dropped my 40, my Blanco said stop, Holmes. I took 2 steps back, I could tell he was packed, plus the skinny motherfuckers on crack. I turned and dashed 9 blocks, I heard 9 shots. Now my primo's in a pine box, and if I go back and get him, I know I could get him. Squeeze the trigger on the 9, I hit him. And as I reminisce about my life, it's a wonder I still got my life, and I'ma take you back. Take it back. Yeah, take it back. Now I'ma take it back. 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 Yeah. Take it back. Yeah. Take it back. Take it back. Take it back. Yeah. Take it back. Take it back.
Well, power's about to go out, so